So what was that about massaging the tip?
I just need to get it out. If we can just get the little bit out, then it'll work.
We could always stick something in there.
Yeah, just
from the opposite end. Yeah.
do you wanna try here? Was the it's still inside of it. So
a little bit of extra pressure should be able to just like push it out. Yeah.
Let me just kind of put it
I need
into
sound
the
effects.
out section.
Oh
Is it
yeah.
fitting in?
I mean, it's in, but
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like something's in there.
I mean, it definitely feels like it's jammed because like I'm even applying force and it's not.
Hey,
Doing?
Get
Stop
off of
that.
What is going on?
She no longer fears your.
Well, it's because it's like been empty for like a while.
Running
Yeah, I
back
have a
and forth at
replacement
the moment. Give me 10 minutes. Man, I don't know what's going on.
Nah, she does not fear it anymore, Albert.
Eh.
You've let it lapse for too long.
And then we'll buy another one and it'll scare the shit out of her. I don't know, because you can see like... Oh, I guess it's not open. There's something else in it.
Yeah, that's right.
Also, of course, that piece of lead that I found is like it's some reason an O12.
That's the other.
This is definitely not as well.
pencil.
I don't know if you're ever gonna see it.
I don't know.
You can kind of see the end, but like...
Oh, congratulations! And Helter finished Danganronpa 2. Hell yeah! Is that your water bottle or mine?
That is yours.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought. I just needed to make sure before I accidentally drank out of your water bottle.
That's why I was gonna put it in there.
Nani the fuck? We never turned the camera back on.
Oh, whoops.
Well done.
No, we should need to turn the lights on. What are you talking about?
Well, listen.
No wonder we can't fix these pencils.
We're just sitting here in complete darkness.
It'd be like that.
Oh, someone, the knob got moved.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah, that is way different than it should be. Wow. Okay. Sorry, give us 1 second. I'm gonna turn the music back up. Okie dokie, there we go. Sorry about that, guys.
Honestly, my favorite classical music is like concertos, where you have like piano and another instrument, and they like switch back and forth.
Oh, that's fair. It's that's not it's not straight yet. Can you keep pushing it further? There you go. It swung back. Why did it swing back?
Because the back.
Oh my gosh, this piece is suddenly really loud. Ugh, this is why this is my least favorite part of fucking classical music. That the volume is so varied.
Yeah.
It's really frustrating. I feel like you've seen something like this game. It's possible. I don't know. We've never played it before. I'm very excited though. I'm extremely excited. I love mystery stuff, and I love Sherlock Holmes stuff. So I'm like, yes. I'm like rearing and ready to go. Hold on, I gotta take it back out of studio mode. There we go, so I can actually see it. Are you cold, or are you putting it on for the look?
Both. I don't turn the fan on. I got colder.
That's fair. Hello.
Hello, everyone. I kind of feel like the reason why this looks so familiar is because like the top-down map thing is pretty iconic, but not many of them make it so functional as to like number each
Oh
thing,
yeah,
you know? So,
it's
like,
cool.
So most maps they kind of like they end up having like region squares and it's represented with like one single area. But this one, but this game seems to really love divvying it up.
I might pass bio. Is there I feel like there's an emphasis on the might. Like, I might...
I think you can do it on Healthy
Yeah,
Kale.
I'm sure you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, just keep at it. You're almost there.
Okay.
Semester ended today. Oh, nice.
Oh.
Wow, that's pretty early.
Oh yeah,
That's the end of the first semester. Yeah, that is really early.
He must be in a tri-semester thing.
Trimester or 5 semesters. Because there's some, I've heard some schools do like 5 semesters, and there's one that starts before winter break and ends afterwards.
Maybe, yeah.
It's definitely not quads.
Yeah.
Those cool. Yeah, it's weird. I never really called them semesters. It was like for me, we always called them quarters, and then we called semesters 2 quarters. So it was a really weird gallon quarts thing.
Yeah,
going on.
That's the usual semester like thing.
That math doesn't add up in Healthy Kale.
Well, like you have
unless there's 2 semesters per quarter.
Yeah, or there's 2 quarters per semester.
But then it would have ended before winter break.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeah. So I don't know. That's weird. Because like both my high school and the high school I'm working at are similar in that.
You know, they might have extended it because of the fact that they had the transition to online last semester.
Maybe.
So they might have just pushed back the entire the entire school calendar.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can feel that makes sense. They spent a month transitioning, making sure everyone had the hardware and stuff.
Yeah, it's possible.
Just early summer.
Oh, now we're getting some classical guitar. Interesting. Yeah. What?
Do not flip page. Keep here. I like these images.
Jesus, cat. Oh my fucking god. What are you even jumping at?
Get fucked, literature.
I think a pencil or pen fell.
I know, but it wasn't there. It got knocked off by the book falling.
Oh.
It was on this side.
Oh, I'm excited.
I'm very excited as well. I'm just kind of like glancing through all this stuff. The main thing that I want to know is there's like the thing about the questions. Lecture.
It's backstory. It goes over all the informants we have. That summarizes it at the back, so we don't have to read the whole thing.
I get new classes Monday. That's neat. That's always exciting to get like the start of new classes. It's like a fresh freshly opened seal of like new stuff.
Yeah.
This is a lot of reading.
Yep.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to read
awesome.
the whole thing.
Yeah. From what I can tell, is that basically you just choose one adventure path to start off with, and then you just go from there and you read as you need to.
How did I get them?
I got tucking underneath the box and I got caught.
Really close game of Ticket to Ride. Nice. How exciting. That's a lot of fun, though.
Mm-hmm.
Who ended up winning? That's a real question. Wow, rude. Holmes' score is always 100 points.
Yep.
Defeating the master is hard, but not totally impossible. I think it's probably impossible.
I mean, you can probably match him, but that's probably about it. Unless you get like some secret endings. 101 to 101, so we went to tickets, so my dad won by 1 ticket and lost.
Oh, damn.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a really cool game, though.
Close games like that are always fun, especially in games like Ticket to Ride, where you don't really know who's winning until you tally the points up. Because then it gets pretty insane.
Yeah, the way it kind of works is that we read the introduction, and we can read the newspaper too, and we pick where we want to go, and we check if there's an entry in the book for that place.
Well, not collective. We can discuss it, but the person whose turn it is makes the ultimate decision.
You're a goddamn menace, you know that?
Oh, I didn't get to tell Albert this. I should probably tell her this. Your cat's a creep. Like, if she were anything other than a cat, like, there would be restraining orders on her. Cause like
outside the bathroom.
Yeah, she like waits outside the bathroom, and then not only that, but like Brandon was in the shower, and that woke her up because like because the shower's loud. So she woke up and she was investigating, and I was like, oh, I should go to the restroom before I go to actually lay down to go to sleep, because up until that point I was just like watching Marvel movies. By the way, I started watching all the Marvel movies in order, and I went to the restroom, and then I came back, and she was like still skulking outside of my room, and I'm like, okay, cat. I close the door, and she's so intrigued by me. I just like, I'm laying in bed trying to go to sleep, and she's
yeah, she's trying to like get in.
Yeah, like no, she's sniffing, and it took me a while to figure out what she was doing, and I'm like, what is that sound? She's scratching. No, that's not scratching, and she's underneath my door, and I'm like, you creep, get away.
Yeah, she real intrigued by what we do.
It was just so loud that I was like, what?
No, she sniffs real loud. It's weird.
Yeah, you're a loud sniffer.
Yeah. And then she was like putting her paw underneath my door.
I like when she does that. It's quite funny.
Yeah, but then I'm like...
She's like, let me in. Let me in.
Yeah, but I'm like, I'm trying to sleep in your latte now.
I like when she tries to do that to the pantry. Like, let me have those onions. I gotta sniff your potatoes.
Yeah. She also likes to hide in the pantry. So I'm always afraid to close it.
Yeah, she's eventually gonna learn that you've done this, dude.
I've gotten in the habit of just avoiding closing it if I know I'm gonna be going in and out.
Solving bombs yesterday and keep talking. Nobody explodes via self-defusal. Nice.
How exciting! We should do another round of that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's been a while since we played that.
Oh man.
Hold my pen. Thank you.
Do we want to read any of the lecture stuff out loud or no?
I don't think it's super necessary. It just goes over different characters, and it summarizes them at the back of the book.
Yeah, I'm sure once we encounter them, we can, if we want to, we can go to the lecture.
Back to it.
Yeah, to the lecture.
Flashback to the lecture.
Yeah.
Cool. Are we gonna get into character for this?
We can, yeah. If anyone else have any ideas on character?
I'm going to be Jeff. Not Jeffrey. Jeff. Spelled with the B.
Where's the B?
Oh, it's Jabeth.
There's a B.
Jabeth.
Jabeth.
It's J apostrophe beef.
Yeah, that's what it is.
All right, everyone. Welcome to the Victorian era. This is Jeff, spelled with a B, as is customary during the Victorian era. It's a very common name, I'm sure you're aware.
No,
there's the B. There's the B.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was just sort of like a gross mispronunciation of my family's original names, and I imagine they came historically from the Middle East, and they just grossly mispronounced the name, and they just went with it.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Little Mid-Eastern boy.
Again, remember Victorian England. This is Victorian England. And if that is the persona you choose to go with, in theory, you would be heavily discriminated against.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's always... I like what Hollywood does with historic movies like that, because I recently rewatched Captain America's Winter Soldier, and they kind of put in various people in that setting in order to make it align with the way they represented Captain America at that time.
Yeah,
the representation in.
Yeah, they make it more diverse.
Yeah.
And just cast people rather than being like, we need to make this.
Yeah.
Accurate for the time. Not to say that there's not people of color in Victorian eras. Of course, there's a lot of them. They were just very heavily discriminated against still, unfortunately. But I digress.
I like how Latte is just
She's
going
just
at
on
it.
the table, just licking her fucking ass.
Does it taste good?
that's her bath.
I guess.
Yeah.
You lick your asshole when you take a bath?
No. I would if I could, but I
I'd be
can't.
impressed if you could. I don't know many people that could lick their own asshole.
No, one person. And oh boy, was he a treat to be around.
You want to see me lick my own asshole?
Yeah, kind of the Victoria England starts doing the southern accent. I can't do an English accent. Like I've tried, I just can't do it.
I just channel Hermione.
No.
That's it.
I wish I had played more Borderlands pre-sequel. Just be Pickle.
He has a Cockney accent too, so it makes him sound like even less educated, despite being highly educated.
Yeah,
because that accent
he's
is
an engineer.
Yeah, that accent is typically in media associated with like.
Yeah.
On the street.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just slang talk, right? Like.
No, it's a different accent too.
Oh.
Finally, you can install Danganronpa 3. Listen, Unhealthy Camp. Listen, I need you to finish that game so I can have somebody else to talk to about the ending. Please. Please. I just... Anyways. Well...
Can I be Ronald? I'll be Ronald. Can I be Ronald, the Sherlock Holmes' drug dealer?
He doesn't do drugs.
Yes,
he
I thought he did.
He does do drugs.
He does a lot of drugs.
He does canonically do drugs.
He does opium, cocaine, and I believe there was something else. But I
think he smokes.
Yeah, well, that's the opium.
Well, he also smokes tobacco.
Oh yeah, tobacco. That isn't even regulated in
But
this.
that's only on
time.
holidays. Opium's his weekday drug.
Yeah.
I'm Ronald.
No, he does he does harder drugs to stimulate his brain. What the fuck is this? Stop it!
Oh yeah, that's good.
Is this the fucking can?
Yeah. Harry, quickly, let's go to the Victorian era of a strip club.
You ever watch a cat lick its asshole to the can?
Wow.
Cat, stop! Leave me alone. Let me have a mental breakdown in peace, Jesus. Okay.
So, have the first step of the game is to decide what scenario we're playing. It's recommended to go in order. However, we can say fuck that and start with the
I've got the first case here.
I think we should start in order.
Okay.
Because the thing is the way that it frames it is we get to look at the previous newspapers as well. Which means, in theory, there are probably articles in the newspaper that talk about the previous cases.
Okay.
So I think we should go in order, just in case.
Oh, you're here now.
Welcome,
Hello.
Jared.
Hi,
Hello.
Jared.
You caught us you came back just in time.
Yeah, we're all glancing over the rules and just getting settled in.
Right.
And Monte has decided to
And I think she's
hopefully
done.
chill out.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
She doesn't have anything to bat off.
Yeah. As long as it's pretty okay for her to be here right now.
I was saying because of her bath.
No.
Yeah, it looked like she was stopping, right?
Yeah, and then the leg was like going on.
She just pivoted hips, and now she's working on the other side.
And yeah, she definitely should play in chronological.
That is the plan.
Gun.
Case 1. The Munitions Magnate.
All right, Albert, you got to do your narrator voice.
12th of March, 1888.
Is that your
It's
narrator
Victorian
voice?
England.
No. That's my title voice.
That just sounds like your normal voice.
All the easier to read titles with.
Honestly, yeah, I think my narrative voice is just my normal voice. Despite the lateness of winter, March is still roaring like a lion.
Should we get a better narrator?
Okay.
This music keeps getting so loud. I keep turning it down. How does it keep getting louder?
How does it get louder?
I am baffled by this.
I can't do a British accent. If
You
we're
don't
gonna
have
have
to.
We're
Just
gonna have
a narrator.
We're gonna have a
Just
story-
narrate it.
Accurate.
Do we want someone who can do a British accent to narrate it?
Brandon, here, Cockney accent, go.
Are you kidding me?
Can you do a British accent at all? Yes, you can. I know you can because you're your grandma.
But it's only the Queen voice.
Just do the Queen voice and pitch it down an octave.
What if I don't? What do I do? Case 1.
I'm gonna call your grandma and tell her that you're mocking her live on stream.
Grandma, I need you to read this. I'm gonna send you a document. What do you mean? What do you mean you only know facts? I can't facts. I need you to read this. I don't know.
It's getting loud again. Fuck this, man.
This is so much pressure.
Let's just skip this song.
I hate. Ugh.
Classical music. Why you gotta
Classical
be so
music.
complex?
Okay.
Would you like to read, Monte?
It's loud again.
Chill.
This is a very dramatic sonata.
Skipping the song. All right. Are you gonna do it?
You paused it. You didn't skip it.
I did
No,
skip it.
she skipped it.
Oh.
I did. It's playing another song.
No, I don't feel confident.
All right, let's see what we can do here. All right, despite the lateness of winter, March is still roaring like a lion. In fact, just as we alight from our cab in front of 221B Baker Street, a bowler hat skitters by, a bowler hat skitters by, propelled by the fierce wind. They forgot a comma there, which confused me. In close pursuit of none other than Wiggins, chief of Baker Street Irregulars, and, after Dr. Watson, Sherlock Holmes' most able assistant. Before we can join in the chase, Wiggins manages to halt the flying bit of finery in a deft stroke of his umbrella. Cramming it squarely on his head, he saunters back towards us. Now I gotta voice this motherfucker. Hello, he says cheerily. It would appear that Mr. Holmes is... Oh, I don't know how to do a fucking voice. Who wants to voice Wiggins?
I can try.
Okay.
Hello,
He says cheerily.
It would appear that Mr. Holmes is summoning the troops. Shall we?
With the point of his umbrella, a very versatile tool, it appears. Wiggins stabs the doorbell. It is several moments before Mrs. Hudson answers. After a brief exchange of greetings, she sends us on our way to the Holmes apartment. Above...
I'm imagining a scene where, like, it hasn't shown our faces yet, but we see components of our boots, like we climb the stairs and we see, like, grime-covered boots and, like, various accoutrements of each of our characters.
Yeah.
And I'm just imagining this as a movie, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what zany characters do we have? Because we could go a full midnight, what's that, I forgot his name now. Moonlight Kingdom-esque characters? Are we gonna go more horror?
Motherfucker. I'm so...
Dang, this classical getting out of hand.
Yeah.
What was that? What was that film director's name?
For what?
Midnight Kingdom. Hold on.
I don't even
I don't know
what...
Midnight Kingdom.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the
Moonrise?
Moonrise
Kingdom.
Moonrise Kingdom. Yeah, the one with the kids.
Yeah.
Oh my God. He also. I was just talking about it. He also directed Budapest Hotel.
Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson.
Yeah. Like, are we doing a Wes? I kind of feel like Wes Anderson's like.
I would believe that Wes
style.
Anderson directed this.
I know, right? So I'm just imagining like the characters like that.
In which case, it's a little comedic.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just a little comedic. Just a little comedic. If you've seen the Grand Budapest Hotel, I highly recommend it.
Oh, yeah.
I really want to rewatch that movie.
I
have it on DVD somewhere. Do you guys want to watch that with me?
I wouldn't mind. I haven't seen it in for a while. Last time I watched it was when I was like hanging out in high school at my friend's place.
Cool. We should watch the
Wait, I remember now. Oh my God! Last time I watched this, I remember I got stoned with my friend Cheyenne, and then went to my friend's place, and he didn't know we were stoned, so we were trying to keep our cool while watching it. It was crazy because Wes Anderson's style is so wacky.
It is a little trippy, but in like a cool way.
Yeah, like not a very subvert way. But can you imagine being stoned and like just being like, whoa, what's happening?
I've never been stoned, so no, unfortunately.
I imagine you'd have to like take a really aggressive approach, like, am I high or did you just do that?
We were just both of us were just like looking at each other and kind of almost snickering, but we just weren't saying anything. Because if we said anything, he'd catch on, and we had to wait for it to like mellow out before we like could do so.
All right. Above, we find Dr. Holmes and Dr. Watson sitting at a table, engaged in earnest conversation with a gentleman in his late 40s, expensively dressed yet somewhat rumpled in appearance. Someone gets to be Sherlock Holmes. Brandon, you want to be Holmes?
I don't know.
Do the Cockney accent.
Just remember, deep inside, you hate all our guts.
Warm yourselves.
Says Holmes.
And I will explain my reasons for calling you out on such a bitter morning.
I like this. I'll take it. We have a lot of characters. Just a warning if you're trying to do accents. We're dedicated. We're gonna make this happen.
We'll try the best we
We
can.
can get a couple repeats.
Mm-hmm.
Coats and hats are immediately shed. There's a distinct pop as Wiggins removes his boulder. His bowler hat, not boulder. Why is there a pop as he removes his hat?
Oh, it's
Very
stuck to his
strong
sweaty,
suction.
yeah, sweaty forehead.
And a rush is made for the fireplace. In due course, introductions are made, and the gentleman is identified as Mr. Richard Allen.
Name's Dick Allen. How's it going?
Brother of the late Courtney Allen, president of the Grant Arms Company.
Oh, dicks can real make good weapons. That's how it's always been.
Fucking damn it.
It is the recent death of his brother.
Wait, hold on a second.
Old Grandpappy said that your stick has to be not only long but girthy.
It does say Courtney Allen. I thought Courtney was a woman's name, but I guess it is not.
Oh, it's both.
I've never heard of it used as a men's name.
I've known a male Courtney before.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways.
It's like mainly a southern thing, though. I think outside of that, it became...
Yeah, it might be like a old use of the name.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is a lot.
Yep. I think...
Oh, okay. No, it's just this. It's just this.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Says Holmes.
That occasions his visit to us. Briefly, Courtney Allen was found shot to death in an alley behind...
He was found shot to death.
There's a little thing on it, and I wanted to make sure I wanted to make sure it was shot to death and not shoe to death.
Yeah, I'm just like all these mistakes compounding, and it's really emphasizing the Wes Anderson thing because it definitely would have been like Wes Anderson would have been like everybody was like shot to death, and then something would have happened like something falls
shot
over.
To death.
Yeah.
That's Mrs. Hudson dropping a teacup. Sorry.
In an alley behind his office on the evening of March 9th, at approximately 7 p.m., but by the constable on patrol. Scotland...
Wait, by the constable?
He was,
Yes, the constable on patrol.
Yeah, by the constable on patrol.
The constable that was on patrol. There's multiple constables, presumably. I forgot my notepad.
Alright, I'll hold this. Scotland Yard has put the crime down as a simple robbery by person or persons unknown, largely due to the fact that the victim's wallet was found empty near the body and his gold pocket watch was missing. Mr. Allen was just telling us a bit about his brother when you arrived. Please, continue, Mr. Allen.
Alright, Allen is Allen.
Alright. What social strategy is this guy from?
He's an entrepreneur.
Oh, he's an arms manufacturer guy, right?
I think his brother is the arms manufacturer.
Okay.
I think his brother's the one who's dead. But his brother's the one who's dead, not him, obviously. But I think his brother's the arms manufacturer, not him.
Courtney was a dynamic individual.
Well, you already gave him the southern accent.
Oh, okay. Well, Courtney wasn't a dynamic individual. We came from America, so I'm going to stick with this accent. Courtney was a dynamic individual, always busy, forever on the move. Yet he had a unique ability to make 10 minutes spent by you seem like an hour. So, complete with his... to compete...
So complete.
Yeah, I guess so complete was his attention to you. Of course, his charm worked like a magic potion on the ladies. And then it goes over to who's Watson?
We haven't assigned Watson.
I'll be Watson, I guess.
Okay. Well, we have to share the script because we're having a dialogue piece. Oh, Doug, I'm gonna take a photo of this.
Okay,
That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. All right. Hold on, let's all take pictures.
All right, it's like a school thing.
Honestly, this might be better, so that way we can go back to this without having to pass this around later.
That's probably a good idea.
There we go.
All right, I'm gonna put a pin in this right now. His pocket watch is gonna be important.
Yeah. His pocket watch. There was something else with his pocket watch.
His wallet was empty.
Yeah, his wallet was empty and his gold pocket watch was missing, which is why they think it was just a robbery.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to take a picture of it.
What was his last name? Courtney what?
Allen.
Okay.
That's why you're voicing them. I'm gonna take pictures of them.
Did we have a time frame for the earlier part? It was March 9th.
March 9th, he was found at 7.
Found at 7 p.m. on March 9th. This case is taking place on March 12th. All right. He was charm work like a magic potion on the ladies. And you said he was married? Asks Watson with a raised eyebrow.
Oh yes, poor Beatrice.
Was he involved in an affair at the time of his death?
Yes, I believe he was, but I have no clue who that lady might have been. You see, the night before he was killed, I popped around his office about 5:30 and managed to coax him to supper at Keen's. But we're there but a short while when Courtney begged to leave. He indicated that he had an important meeting and said, Auf
Wiedersehen.
and
Like
winked.
goodbye in German.
Oh,
Auf
okay.
Wiedersehen.
I didn't know, yeah. I
Yeah,
knew
that's
what
just
it
how
was
it's
saying.
spelled.
Auf Wiedersehen and winked. That wink was meant a woman.
Is the company financially sound? Asks Watson.
Oh, quite. A fine investment for anyone's portfolio. You see, the company was founded by a small gun shop some 70-odd years ago by my great uncle Thaddeus Grant, and entered into that catered to a very elite clientele.
Most of the chaps in the regiment were equipped with pistols from Grant's, nods Watson. Why, Braxton, you've heard me speak of Braxton Holmes. He had a pair of the finest dueling pistols. That's you.
Ah. Yes, Watson. Pray continue, Mr. Allen.
Courtney always was fascinated by firearms. Apprenticed himself under Uncle Thaddeus, and when Thaddeus died in 73, he bequeathed the business to Courtney. While maintaining the original shop in its tradition, Courtney expanded into the international arms trade with loans and sales of public stock. He was able to build a plant at 12 Deverell Street for the manufacture of heavy ordnance. Today the firm's debt-free and very profitable. Of course, the drop in the share prices occurred with the news of my brother's death.
And who's ascended to the presidency?
Courtney picked successor, Philip Marlowe, the second vice president.
And why not the first vice president?
Young Lord Ragland, who runs the Deverell Street plant, is a brilliant technician, but the most inept businessman.
And who inherits your brother's stock?
I think that'll be his wife, Beatrice.
Then that's you.
Now, I think we might examine the effects found with your brother.
So saying, Holmes turns his attention to a briefcase and a large brown envelope. It looks as if some sharp object has been used on it, comments Watson, referring to a long gouge on the leather of the briefcase.
Yes, it's practically brand new. I gave it to Courtney for his last birthday, January 6th. As you can see, it's locked. The police found it that way. Courtney kept the key on a chain attached to his watch fob. The watch, of course, was stolen.
Holmes retrieves a long piece of wire from the coat scuttle. After gaining Allen's permission, he inserts it into the lock and, with a quick flick of his wrist, springs the lock open. He pulls out 2 folders for our examination. Each is filled with company papers and is coded to indicate its contents. One, marked MB-C, for instance, concerns various coal mine leases. Another, marked S87U, contains a listing of sales to the U.S. government during the preceding year. Holmes then empties the contents of the envelope onto the table. The inventory includes spectacles and case, a ruby ring, a gold wedding band, a keychain with keys, an empty wallet, a small notebook, and a note.
I didn't take a picture of the second one.
No, I didn't either.
It's considerably less as well, if you want to snap a quick picture of it on looking at this. So it says in a note, and then it has like a picture, presumably of the note, but I can't really read it very well. So it says Thursday, March 8th, Friday, March 7th, Saturday, March 10th. It's like a calendar.
We got Bishop's F.
Dash 8:30 p.m. Billy's and Mother's birthday. March 9th is plant, 8 a.m. Surprise.
Yeah.
And then Captain Egan at 8:30 p.m. Saturday, March 10th is...
I think Briston's
Mine.
Yeah.
I think 10 a.m. MS Embassy, I think? U.S. Embassy, sorry. At 3:30 p.m. Sunday, March 11th. And there's 2 notes stuck in it. SP10, Spaniard? Yeah, Spaniard tonight, 10 p.m. Signed A.M. Clark and Sons Hatter, Chelsea. 1 Victorian hat paid £10.
It's the hat.
It's the hat. It's the very hat that Wiggins bought.
I don't see the...
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna take a
It
photo
would
of it.
appear the hat shot him to death. Had a gun in it.
Yes, I agree. I think that we can call this one closed, Holmes.
We need to find that hat. Gotta arrest
That
it.
looks over at Wiggins. It was Wiggins' hat all along.
I say, that hat looks quite familiar.
I have this. If you want. Seizing on the notebook, Holmes observes.
Sorry. Can you tell us who Captain Egan might be, Mr. Allen?
I've never heard that name.
And Billy?
Billy is Courtney's secretary. Real name is William Linhart.
Holmes compares the writing in the notebook with that of the note. They appear to be identical. He nods and says, I believe we have... Oh, sorry.
I believe we have enough to begin our investigation.
After Allen has gone, Wiggins comments that his hand gestures were most intriguing.
Combining infinite subtlety with tremendous force, it is easy to imagine that he had no trouble making his wishes known on the floor of the London Stock Exchange.
I don't recall Allen giving out his occupation, says Watson, puzzled.
No,
replied Wiggins.
but certain phrases he spoke, coupled with the penciled notations on his left shirt cuff, stock prices surely, led me to conclude that he was a stockbroker.
I think that's you, Brandon.
Oh. Excellent, Wiggins. Well, Watson, our young man has come a long way since the days when you described him as a dirty little street urchin, eh?
That's you, Albert.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Mr. Holmes, but after all, I was taught by the master.
True.
Says Holmes, matter-of-factly.
Quite true.
I'm sorry, I was double-checking what the guy's name was.
That's okay. It's kind of like... It's always hard to, like...
Board Game House coming in with a raid. Thank you very much for that raid. Hello. How are you guys doing?
I actually feel like I'm in an English class.
We're not actually on our phones. We're going over the evidence.
I promise.
This is Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective, where the object of the game is to solve a murder.
Yes, indeed. Today we are looking to solve the munitions magnate. We're in the very beginning of the first case. We have just read through the initial stuff, and we are attempting to solve the murder of one Mr. Courtney Allen, president of the Grant Arms Company, who had been murdered. Thank you. What are you guys up to today? I would very much like to know, Board Game House. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. Also, thank you for the follow, Sunshiny74. We appreciate it.
This is great because it gives me a chance to not feel bad while I go over my review my notes.
I know, right?
Yeah, right. And I think we should go over characters real quick. I think I'm gonna be Jeff, spelled J''BEEF. Jabeth, but the B silent.
So these are if we choose to go here, or
so
we have to
choose a lead investigator, and that we all discuss what we want to do, but that lead investigator ultimately decides where to go, and then once we choose a location on the map to investigate, we read the corresponding entry in the whatever reference book.
Wasn't it supposed to give us leads?
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
I mean, we have leads. The note has like a couple different.
We also have the manufacturing yard. They gave us the address for that.
Yeah.
Oh, I see, because they're in the directory.
Yeah. So we have the map here to look at as well.
Mm-hmm. So we should probably keep this open.
Cool. 20% download and dog around for 3. Nice. Okay, we're completely free to go to any location in the directory.
Yeah.
Cool. Does anyone know what Board Game House was playing today? I would like to know. What were you guys playing? What were you up to? I'd like to know. I didn't say hello to everyone, actually, now that I think about it, because we got Elf375, we got Felix Hildy, we got Catskills Creations. How are you guys doing today? Long time no see, Cats. We're getting, like, into this. This is a very complicated game.
Thaddeus Grant.
That's their, like, grandfather.
Yeah, it's their grandfather. Also, the annotation has me intrigued. The 2 folders that came out of the briefcase. MBC-C, that reminds me of like certain markings for denoting.
Neat. Playing Fortnite, having an easygoing night. That's totally fair.
7-U.
How did the games go? That's what I would like to know as well.
I was like looking. I was like, oh right, I took a picture of these.
Mine releases.
Oh yeah, so did I.
It's weird that the MB-C it doesn't. That's so little notation to denote a lease. Leasings ordinarily have like an insanely complex string of, prefixes, suffixes, and that sort of stuff in order to denote, like, specified dimensions and stuff like that.
We also need to keep in mind that this is Victorian era.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah,
also, this is a game, so I don't know if they would...
AM is interesting. I wonder whose initials that is.
Yeah, what does the notation say? Is that like a time as well? Because I suspect that might be the person that might be like the date that he was going to.
Oh, the Spaniard tonight, the 10 p.m.?
But those are all kind of penciled in underneath March 11th.
Oh, that's a good point.
So, but because
right.
he died on the evening of March 9th.
Yeah.
So from that one it says plant at 8
a.m. There was a surprise.
And then Captain Egan.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Because Captain Egan, we should be able to find in here pretty easily.
Yeah.
We just
Look
through
E,
and look for anyone with the last name of Egan.
Yeah, and then we can also...
Looks like John Egan's in here, yeah.
Oh, we should look through the newspaper too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we need to look at the newspaper.
Yeah, I was wanting to get my head around the facts before I started adding more in. We have to decide who's the current lead, though, because they're the one who has to decide ultimately.
I'm not going to read this out loud, by the way.
Do we need to decide it right now before we even discuss anything?
Oh, I guess not really, but it's sort of a thing where once we decide, it goes around clockwise. So we can randomize it. That's the way we always do it. But I don't know if the game recommends a certain way to decide.
That's kind of cool. It has a little shooting range, kind of like of a recent shooting tournament.
Yeah, it just says we choose a player. First lead is random, then use the left of who read the opening text. Interesting. Yeah, it just says the player is chosen as the lead investigator. That player takes the booklet, reads the case's introduction text, and the game begins. So technically, we all read the intro text.
Mm-hmm.
But if we're assuming that I was the narrator, that would technically make me lead, but I think we can just choose whoever.
Can I say the directory real quick? I'm gonna look up, see if there is a person. Bishop F.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I just want to look up the last name Bishop, see if there's like one or two that can narrow down what that first one is.
Yeah.
I am going to throw out there, though, it says SP10 Spaniard tonight 10 p.m. from AM. And I know that that's under Sunday, March 11th, but it says tonight. So I don't think that it was actually scheduled for March 11th. I think that was scheduled for that night.
Yeah,
because they wrote tonight.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and there's also the check. Yeah, so this might have just been like little notes he threw into his notebook.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm looking at this, and I'm not seeing any bishop.
We also need to keep in mind the fact that, technically speaking, while it's unlikely that the person who asked us to solve it is the culprit, it is very possible considering they're a stockbroker. Yeah. They likely had very high stakes in the stocks.
Yeah. So real quick, the first entry in the note for his itinerary, Thursday, March 8th, Bishop's F, that corresponds to a thing called Bishop's Finger Inn. So I think that might have been a location, because if he was meeting with someone that evening, odds are Bishop's Fingers Inn might have been...
What location of the map are we looking at?
So Bishop's Finger Inn is located in...
Yeah, we haven't looked at the...
18 EC, so East Central.
Okay, He's looking through the directory.
So all of the stuff is going to be part of that part.
Are you sure?
I think maybe.
No,
yeah.
Well,
it's divided into sections.
Yeah, well, it's not like we can only go to there. It's just that.
Are we supposed to? Has the game specified that we stay in one section for each case to help us?
No, I guess we can explore the whole map.
Yeah. So I'm gonna write down Bishop's Finger because I don't think it's gonna be the first thing we go to, but But it's definitely a thing that I want to go investigate.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you. Yeah, I think that is a very good point. I'm trying to remember because I think he was saying that the two of them met up for dinner on March 8th.
I think he said that evening was the same day, right?
No, he had met up for dinner.
Let's see.
Where's his office?
I think we need to be a little bit more organized about this. I know that we're all going in 8,000 different directions. But
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
he was found dead on March 9th.
Mm-hmm.
The night before he was killed, yeah. So on March 8th is when he met with him. I don't know if you clue who the lady might have been. You see, the night before he was killed, I popped around to his office at about 5:30. Managed to coax him to supper at Keen's. We were there but a short while when Courtney begged to leave. He indicated he had an important meeting, said Auf Wiedersehen, and winked. That wink meant a woman. So 5:30, probably got there around 6. His meeting, Bishop's Finger Inn, was at 8:30 p.m. So that lines up correct.
Yeah, it's a bit of time. Depending on how long they spent to eat.
I mean, if he was trying to get there by 8:30, it makes sense.
So we have Keen's Chop House, located in the south and in the west central. So it's not even nearby with the Bishop's Finger.
Mm-hmm.
So Bishop's Finger is in the east central, and then Keen's is over here.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon, you mind pointing out? See, Keen's Chop House is 37 west central.
Do we want to get some sort of way to mark on the map without destroying it, like sticky notes or something?
Well, I grabbed the a plastic thing that we could write on, but I'm not sure if we want that.
I don't think it's big enough.
Yeah, it's not big enough, but
let's get some sticky notes and cut them into little arrows.
That's a good point.
Wait, don't we have something for capping sonar? The clear plastic sheets?
We do.
Yes, it's not big enough.
I know, but we have 2.
I guess I'm worried about them getting slid around.
Also moved around.
I mean, if we circle 1 and we know that it's wherever that is supposed to be.
And then Bishop's Finger is 18. Okay, so those are the 2. Okay, I just really.
Box farts. I'm sorry.
No. Okay. And then the last one was the Spaniard tonight, right? So I need to see if there's any businesses that correspond with Spaniard.
Oh, I've got it. It's on the bottom. Yeah, you want to be writing down locations and their addresses.
Yeah. Yeah, the first thing that we should definitely do before we visit anything is write down all of our possible leads.
Yeah.
I think I know who the Spaniard might be.
Hmm.
So there was an arms trade fair that closed on March 4th. And so there were a bunch of foreign arms, military people in the city on the 4th. They could still be in the city. Hector del Guerra, military attaché to the Spanish embassy, stirred a large crowd with a magnificent speech.
Courtney was always fascinated by firearms.
Yeah, so I'm not even going to that.
So he would have been involved.
Yeah, there's also the Spaniards Inn, the Spanish Embassy, and the Spanish Synagogue. Those are the 3 addresses that have the word Spanish in them.
We can check that. He is the military attaché to the Spanish Embassy, so we can check the Spanish Embassy.
Yeah.
I think that's probably going to be our best bet for the Spaniard note.
And what was his occupation? He was just
military attaché.
He presented at a firearms convention.
Yeah.
Which directly relates.
What was the date on that firearms?
The 4th.
It closes on the 4th, right?
Yeah. Opened on the 4th.
Oh, okay.
Closed yesterday.
Okay.
So it went from the 4th to the
11th. Because today is the 12th. All right. I am going to write down the Spaniards Inn just in case, because that's the only thing that says Spaniard.
I think the Spanish Embassy is...
Yeah, I agree that's a much stronger lead, but I don't want to have to reference
But the Spaniard Inn is a good point, because it could also be another date.
Yeah, it could be another date. Mm-hmm. If he was indeed a womanizer, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so those are the 3 addresses I have. Where's Keen's at? So Keen's is 37 West Central. So West Central's here, so 37 would be here. So that's Keen's. That means that his office is nearby here. Within walking distance, I suspect.
I mean, I'm sure we could find... If you give me the directory, I'm sure we could find his office.
Yeah. Right. And then...
Why is it greasy? Who has greasy fingers?
I have like...
I haven't been able to touch it. Chips it, actually.
It's probably me, but I haven't really been touching anything greasy.
What was the name of this guy's company again?
I don't think he said.
He definitely said in the beginning. The Grant Arms Company.
Yeah, I'd like to know where that is.
5 EC. No, it was nowhere near it.
I'm gonna mark that just because.
Yeah, so his office, so...
Something that would be really useful to know is how long it takes to walk across. You know, it has like a legend down at the bottom that I'd like to look at real fast.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not seeing anything else that is relevant.
I would also like to look through it if you don't mind. Game travel timescale. Yep, we have a thing right here. Hold on. Let me get like a piece of paper so we can measure that out.
Okay, I can take one out of my notebook.
I was going to take one.
Do we have his death location?
It's behind his office.
Okay, so it's right over there.
Assuming his office is at the Grant AC.
Yeah. 18 East Corridor as well would be 18...
What is this?
This is the Bishop's, there. That's the Bishop's Inn, the Bishop's Finger, where he was having that meeting the day before he died. The one that he left his meal to go.
18?
Yeah, 18.
Wait, where he left the meal to go what?
That's supposedly, I think that's where his
he left Keen's to go here.
Yeah, I think that's where his lover is staying.
Okay. Excellent. The tools are slowly discovered.
Did we identify where his office was?
Probably. Well, that's the Grant Arms Company. That's his company. I don't know if his office is in the same place, but...
Okay. I have created a small thing that we can use to measure distances with.
Okay.
So it has like a little time scale at the bottom.
Yeah, I also have a clear roller just in case.
It doesn't list it in like an existing. Well, they might actually. Oh, okay. I have it.
Sorry, I just want to know, just so we can use both. So every half centimeter is a minute. We can use both, basically.
All right. Let me look over
Cool.
this as well.
Okay, so we can use this to figure out timings.
Yeah. Man, there's a lot going on.
What other? Are there any other places?
Yeah.
Well,
Let me look at this real fast. I'm gonna write down just all of the potential leads that I notice, like any sort of important stuff.
Yeah.
Can we find where the laundry place we went to was?
Laundry place.
For his hat.
Oh, you bought the hat.
Clark and Sons.
It's
Clark and Sons, Hatter, Chelsea. There's a receipt. All right, let's see. So as far as everything that's going on here, okay, so...
What does Keynes have to do with this?
That's the location where he had dinner with his brother the day before he died.
Supposedly.
So this was on the 8th?
Yeah, so that would have been on the 8th, around 5.
Uh-huh.
And then he had a meeting, never really confirmed whether that happened, at 8 here.
8:30.
At 8:30.
On the same day?
Yeah,
Yes.
same day. He left the lunch early in order to get there.
Okay, at 5:30 is when he ran into him at his office, and then they went to Keynes.
Oh, yeah, so he would
So
have
that
to
is
have to...
is different, yeah. So it's not...
So this is also the 8th.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5:30 at the 8th is when they supposedly met up, and then they went to Keen's.
Yeah. So this is a full day even before he...
So at 5:30 they left from here to here, and then
This is not 5.
at some point,
Well, we can find out how long it took now, according to the thing. How many centimeters is it? We a more or less direct route should give us an estimation. So it's 25. So a half a centimeter is 1 minute, right?
Yeah.
So double that. So that's about an hour. What the fuck?
Okay, so we got here about
6:30.
Yeah, at about 6:30.
And then just as long to get back. I mean, yeah. Now that we know the distances involved, that kind of makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
Well, he didn't go back. He went to Bishop's Finger.
Yeah, he went to Bishop's. Yeah.
Sorry, this should be 37. There we go.
That is 20.
So then that's
also
an hour as well. So they probably spent an hour at Keen's and then left.
So 7:30, and then got there.
Yeah, so 6:30. You can write to 7:30 probably.
Yeah.
7:30.
Okay.
Cool.
So that all happened the day before.
Yeah. So this is on the 8th right now.
Yeah.
That we're looking at.
I wrote 8 for all of these.
So we definitely need to reach out to our contacts, at least one of them. The one thing that I want to know first off, right off the bat, is what the time of death was. He was discovered at 7, but when did he die?
Yeah.
Because if the body is a day old, that changes who could possibly have killed him if they just dumped him back there to make it look like he was murdered somewhere else.
Yeah, because he was found March 9th at 7.
Yeah, at 7 p.m., he was found shot to death in an alley behind his office on the evening of March 9th at approximately 7 p.m. by the constable on patrol.
What's I guess the constable won't know how long he was dead for. It would have to be a coroner.
Yeah, coroner.
Yeah, but we don't
He was
have
found by his office too, so at some point he made it back.
Yeah,
so I think
that's
he
true.
did finish this meeting.
Yeah, but the biggest lead is that person will probably know more information about who he had contact with.
Yeah.
So, just to review all of our informants, we have Jasper Meeks, who is a head medical examiner at St. Bart's. He also performs autopsies.
He'd probably be our coroner.
He's absolutely our coroner, so we need to talk to him. H.R. Murray is a criminologist who analyzes items and substances. Probably not relevant to this. Scotland
I
Yard.
just don't need to write down the addresses.
Represented by Inspector Lestrade and Gregson.
Talk to
have
the
reports
constable, maybe.
reports and
He
details
works
relating to
here.
the case. We probably don't want to talk to them. Disraeli O'Brien, archivist with the National Archives, compiles legal and criminal records. We might want to talk to him. Depending on the information that we receive.
Yeah.
Because it could have been a shady business thing. Somerset House records births, deaths, marriages and wills, free access. Edward Hall, lawyer at the Old Bailey Court, source of information on court cases and legal affairs. Maybe Porky Shinwell, owner of the Raven Rat Pub, source of information on all legal affairs and underworld figures. Fred Porlock, member of the Criminal Underground, leaves coded information about the activities of Moriarty, leader of the Criminal Underground and sworn enemy of Holmes, at the Parsons and Son toy shop. Not sure what kind of toys we're talking about here, but probably children's toys. Henry Ellis, reporter for the London Times, source of information on current events, mainly foreign affairs. So maybe. Quentin Hogg, reporter for the Police Gazette, source of information for criminal cases. Mycroft, Eminence Grice is on a list for him. Source of information on all things related to politics and government. Langdale Pike, social columnist, knows all London society gossip. Central Carriage Depot, meeting point for London cab drivers, source of information on the movements of suspects. Lomax, it's the librarian at the London Library, to be consulted for encyclopedic research. Sherlock Holmes, if you're stuck in your investigation, Sherlock will set you back on track with some good advice. Be careful. That help could spoil the fun of investigating.
We immediately leave and we're just like, oh, let's just go back in.
Yeah.
Tell us the answer.
Hey Sherlock, where are we going, Mr. Holmes?
Another thing I noticed in the newspaper is that the successor, one Mr. Philip Marlowe, actually competed in the shooting competition at the Wimbledon meet.
Oh,
He
I missed
placed
that.
2, 4, 6. He placed 7th, so he didn't place. However, this puts him.
He's a good shot.
Yeah, he's a good shot. He placed top 10, and it looks like there was quite a few people in that.
Does it say when it was?
No, it does not. It doesn't give me a date. It gives me all the barometer information about the shooting range, but that's it.
I guess it's implied it's the day before.
This
or the
is
day
the the one who is a good businessman or the technician?
Philip Marlowe, the
good
one.
businessman.
Yeah, Philip Marlowe's the one who succeeded him.
Yeah, he's currently succeeding.
Because I know he has 2.
Yeah, the other one is Lord Ragland.
I just watched Brandon misspell business like 3
because I'm looking at it and I'm like, that name's familiar. Why is it familiar? I decided to bring it.
No, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Good shot.
I think we should all when we have downtime, kind of like look over to see if you notice anything extra.
So Philip Marlowe, good shot.
He died from a bullet wound too, right?
He was shot.
Yeah.
Shit.
Beatrice. We definitely want to talk to his wife.
Yeah.
Lord Ragland.
Yo, what's up, Dorian? Happy birthday!
Birthday! I just threw my pencil. I was trying to wish you happy birthday. Happy birthday, you old fart.
We're trying to solve a murder.
We are trying to solve a murder. And then we'll be trying to solve a murder later on with you tonight because it's his birthday and we're gonna play Phasmo with him afterwards.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Oh man, I just like Hitman.
Making murders. Alright, I'm just gonna write down Dorian.
Potential suspect.
Known hitman and menace. Okay. You're written down as one of our suspects now. I hope you enjoy it. How you doing? How's your day? We've just started into this case. We're investigating. This is a lot. I love this.
Yeah, there's a lot to go through, and like I'm actually reading through this. It's really dynamic what they put in the newspaper.
I know, it's really fun.
Yeah,
this is really, really cool.
Yeah. So there's a lot of cool things that I've noticed from this that I have that I have, but at this point, it's not enough for me to even like formulate exactly what I'm thinking because it's barely a hunch.
I like the idea of getting a time of death.
Mm-hmm.
That I like that. I like looking into the other meetings he had. Like the Spaniard is like what was so special about the Spaniard?
Yeah, the question is really, was it the Spaniard Inn or is it speaking with the dude who's in charge, who is part of like the Spanish embassy. So plans at 8 a.m. surprise.
Yeah, that too.
I want to investigate that. Additionally, his meeting with Captain Egan was scheduled after he was found dead. So he never met with Captain Egan.
Did it say the address for the plant?
Yeah, it does. It gives us the address in the.
This is why having a lead investigator is needed to actually start going.
Yeah, it's 12 Deverell Street.
The thing is we want to lay all the information out before we decide.
This is also our initial digging, right? So like all of us are trying to get our head around and formulate our own theories.
Yeah. So real fast, we are at. We have collectively met up at one of our homes. We're sitting there with tea and probably alcohol of some kind, bourbon.
Hey everyone, do you guys want tea? I don't know how to make it properly.
I imagine it would be around here somewhere.
I imagine that I have a lot of Arabian coffee, so I'm gonna drink that.
Yeah, it's definitely not this 12 because this one doesn't have a Deverell.
Well, I'm looking for Deverell Street, and then I'm gonna look at all the numbers that are on that street.
Oh, that's fair.
Take my tea with a whiskey and 2 lumps.
Okay, maybe it's at the south.
Oh boy.
I'll take this one.
I remember you talking at one point about orange in some kind of alcohol. Was that orange and whiskey or? There's your 2 lumps.
No, it's not this 12.
Because I remember you talking about that before, like some way that you like taking it. I don't remember the exact way. I know that it was orange in something. Orange bitters. Was it in whiskey or am I mixing up with alcohol? In old fashioned. Okay, cool.
It's not this 12 either, because this is something else.
All right, let's see what we have.
Gate Station.
New papers and just code it to indicate content. MB-C.
Deverell Street.
Okay, that's the plant.
Essays Review contains a listing of sales to the U.S. government during the preceding year.
I'm just gonna write narrow.
Yeah.
Sales in 87 to the U.S.
Name, didn't it?
No, it just gave us 12 Deverell Street, so we had to find where Deverell Street was.
Okay, hold on.
It's not just label 12.
It is 12.
It is.
It's just 12 down here.
We need to figure out. This is going to sound really dumb, but we need to figure out his coding for his annotations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to decipher it. I've figured it out to some degree. So S87U is sales in 1887 to the U.S.
Correct.
MB-C, I haven't figured out yet. C is coal.
Yeah.
So coal mine leases. So MB refers to leasing in some
Mining
capacity.
Bureau.
Mining Bureau dash coal, potentially that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Mining business.
But that'll help out with SP10.
SP10.
SP10, Spaniard tonight at 10 p.m.
Sales purchases.
That's smart.
Yeah,
Or Spaniard purchases. I think it's probably purchases.
Yeah, purchase is a good one, especially
At
if
10
it's a
p.m.
business meeting.
Yeah.
Or supply purchases or something.
Yeah, I think it's purchases though. That is a good point. Because SP might refer to like Spaniard, but
It's
decipher
trying
a
to-
ledger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of. Okay.
We got a
so,
dead man's notebook.
Yeah, we have a dead man's notebook. So we have a conversation that we had with the dead man's brother.
One, Richard Allen.
Yes, Richard Allen, one Dick Allen, played by our own Allen.
Yep.
And we found in his briefcase that was locked a notebook. Now, the locked briefcase had been cut.
But it was still locked.
But the key was missing, which means it could have been unlocked and then relocked.
Yeah.
But why would it be cut?
Why would they try to
Why would they
jam
try
in?
to cut it if they took the key?
It could have been a defensive wound, but it would just make sense because he was shot.
It could have made sense though.
Yeah.
If it was close quarters.
Yeah.
But like
Another thing too, there was an empty wallet in there. Does that wallet belong to Courtney, or is that something that he just happened to have on him?
The victim's wallet was found empty near the body, and his gold pocket watch was missing.
So it's
Yeah.
it's a separate wallet.
No, it says the victim's wallet, but it might not actually be the victim's wallet.
Well,
Something
later
that we
on-
do need to keep in mind is some of these might be fake.
Yeah. Later on, we opened the box, and in that it gave us a list of items. One of the items that was inside of the briefcase, when we opened it inside of the Holmes residence, was an empty wallet. So I'm not sure if that's just they bundled up the evidence for us and they gave it to us, and if that's his wallet, or if that case had an additional empty wallet.
Oh, interesting.
wait,
Yeah,
it's a
hold
little
on.
weird.
Holmes then empties the contents of the envelope. Oh no, hold on. This is the
Yeah.
envelope. So these are the. Oh, this is the
This is from the
inventory.
coroner.
The coroner's inventory, not from the briefcase.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
A keychain with keys. But,
Okay, hold
but
on.
his key, where was his key? It was on the watch or something.
It was on the watch
It's on
fob
the
chain.
watch.
Yeah, it did specifically say that it was on the watch.
No.
Courtney kept the key on a chain attached to his watch fob. The watch, of course, was stolen. After getting out, he answers lock. Opens out pulls out two folders for our examination. Each is filled with company papers and is coded to indicate its contents. Okay. One is MB-C, another is S87U. Those are the two folders that he pulled out. Then empties the contents of the envelope. What envelope was it talking about?
This is
the
probably.
envelope.
I'm pretty sure this is the coroner stuff.
I think it's the coroner stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it includes spectacles and case,
Yeah.
a ruby ring, a gold wedding band. Oh,
Wait, whose ruby ring is this?
a ruby ring and a gold wedding band. He and his wife were separated because that's her ring and his ring.
Oh.
Were they separated? I thought they were just.
I'm saying I think they're separated and they hadn't told his brother.
Yeah, that or he could have been keeping it in there while he was on a.
But then what's the ruby ring for? Is
yeah.
that a gift for his mistress?
In which
Yeah.
case he would have given it to her.
Unless she denied him.
That's true.
Mm.
She could have denied him. It could have been a gift for somebody else. I think it was given back to him by his wife. I think that's his wife's ring.
Yeah.
Because colored rings for wedding rings during the Victorian era were very popular. It's
Yeah.
only recent. It's like in the mid 1900s that
Yeah.
diamond companies were like, you should buy diamonds.
That's a good point. Another one I want to point out is that I do not think that the markings on the briefcase are self-defense.
Referring to a large gouge on the leather of the briefcase. Practically brand new. Gave it to Courtney for his birthday on January 6th. As you can see, it's locked.
Yeah, so it is locked. Someone tried to get into it. This was not the murder weapon because he was shot. So like,
Yeah.
what's the dealio here?
Yeah.
Either the person who
was
shot
handing
him
it to Brandon.
tried to get in.
Oh yeah, the large brown envelope is separate from the briefcase.
Yeah.
It's listed
Okay.
earlier.
So they shot him. They tried to get in, and they're like, "Fuck it," and they didn't know about the key on the watch, which is
But
weird.
then why would they have taken the watch? is it actually just a random robbery?
Or maybe some other dude came up and was like, yo, what?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Maybe someone found the body after the murder and just robbed the body.
So that increases the sorry. Go.
Or there's two people involved. There's one who attacked him and did it in passion, and then a second person who knew and then opened the case after they weren't able to get it open the first time.
But then why didn't they take everything?
Yeah, why wouldn't they have taken anything out of the case?
Yeah. So
unless they did, like they found what they wanted.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Because normally it would have been like the rings would have been taken from the case, but the rings weren't in the case. The rings were in the envelope, which means that they were on his person. They were in his pocket.
Yeah.
Dead body with a key holds up key. Zelda jingle.
I don't know. Like this is interesting. So it puts.
This is really interesting.
It puts priority on either talking to the wife or the mistress, and
we need to talk to both of them.
Visiting the scene of the crime.
Yeah, that too.
Or where the body was found.
We
So
should
like
visit the crime scene. What do we want to do first?
I'm not quite done laying out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going. I'm detailing.
Yeah, sorry, this is a lot. We've got a lot. So Captain Egan, I don't think we need to meet with Egan.
Not unless something like points us in this direction.
Yeah.
Captain
I think it's
Egan,
low priority.
Yeah. He is definitely low priority. Just because he did not meet with Egan. Which says to me, under normal circumstances, he would be suspect. But because he did not get to his meeting with Egan, unless this is different, unless this is wrong, I don't think that's...
The only way I see Egan has higher priority is...
He's not high priority, no.
Is if we go to him and it could lead us to, like, what was he meeting Egan about? Why did someone want to stop him from that meeting or what? But...
Yeah, we need a little bit more information before we can decide that.
Yeah.
Hey Don.
Which is why I also would like.
I've been in that room recently. That there's this thing, and this is removable. Should I?
I don't know if we can erase off of it. Is the real question.
It's plastic.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it'll work because it has to be coated with the right thing. It might be. That is a shitty. We can give it a shot. We can give it a shot.
So it's. I feel to me it's either. Visit either the wife or the mistress. Visit the coroner to determine time of death, or the where we found the body.
I think we visit the coroner first.
I feel like if we're going to visit the crime scene,
it's also dusty.
If we're going to visit the crime scene, we should talk to the coroner first.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely need to talk to the coroner. I don't know if this will erase, though, is the real question.
I mean, it's dry erase, as long as it's dry.
Can you test the
Let it dry first. It has to be dry before you can erase it. It's dry erase.
Yeah, so we should decide who's the lead investigator first. Then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Because I think all of us have our own suspicions and the things that are lower and higher.
Yeah, it
works. They're all pretty good.
Let's transcribe this first, and then I want to finish writing down.
Keen's was
37.
37, yes.
Never happened.
I'm gonna leave this here for the info.
Billy is supposedly William Linhart. That seems weird to me.
Like, is it William's mother's birthday, or is it both their birthdays?
Oh, it does say Billy's mother's birthday.
Yeah, it's Billy's mother's birthday.
I read it initially as Billy and mother's birthday.
No.
But it's Billy's mother's birthday. Why would that matter to him?
Bill's fingered in on 18.
Was he seeing his mother? Was he seeing...
Dang, motherfucker.
Jared votes Albert.
We can determine randomly if we want.
I am... It would explain why he would be meeting with her that day. It could just be a coincidence. It very well could be a coincidence.
Yeah, I think it's a coincidence.
I'm not 100% though.
I mean, I'm sure we'll discover it if we ever go talk to Billy.
Yeah, speaking to Linhart might be useful. Can I see the directory, please? Because if
Oh, fuck.
Wait till it's dry, Albert.
if he was seeing Linhart's mom, that is motive for murder
Yeah.
on his secretary's part.
Mm-hmm.
But why would his secretary kill him? It is very possible that the successor killed him. There's a lot. We gotta find out some information first, though. Okay. Cool. So we have his pathing. We don't know where his office is.
Yeah, we do.
Actually,
Sure.
are we sure that that's his office?
It could be there or the plant. We're not entirely sure.
Yeah, because the Grant offices have an address in the directory.
Oh, the Grant offices have their own?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Did they say offices? Oh,
This is Grant Arms Company.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, then how do we know the plant?
Because it was given to us by his brother, who
Okay.
says we got to be over on Devo Street 12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, then Grant Arms Company is probably the offices.
Yeah. So we have that, and then we have the plant location. We know. Yeah.
We don't know where he lives. How would we find his wife?
Can look up his name. His name.
It would be
According
directly next to it.
Well, they would assumably they had the same address because they live together.
I know, but the only Grant in here is Grant Arms Company. There's no Grant.
His last name's Allen.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm a dingus. It's okay. We're super confused too. We read this a thing that is like a whole conversation. You know what? I think I'm gonna post all of this on the Discord actually, so you guys can kind of follow along with it as well. And then we have a lot of information, so we're making a lot
Got a
of
7.
jumps.
Why are we rolling?
Just to see
Just who goes first. Oh, Brandon leading with an 11.
Try to send these in order. One of them sideways. I'm very sorry.
Tom, do you want to roll?
Sure. 5.
All right.
Alright.
It's random.
I'd like to lay everything on the table first before we begin.
Okay. How do you want to do this? You want to just have us go over everything again?
No, I'd like to just be able to list all the areas that all the leads, like area-wise, that we'd like to consider
Okay.
as
So-
higher priority.
Courtney Allen's home is 14 Northwest. So presumably that is also Beatrice's. Beatrice is her name, yeah?
Yeah.
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 If she's not listed separately, then probably assume to have the same house.
Presumably
Yeah.
they would.
Do you want
It's
to have our
nearby
inputs
Kings.
on Healthy Kale says or asks?
If you want, as long as you haven't
Played it before.
played it before, yeah. If you guys want to, there's no reason that we can't like make this a collaborative effort.
Yeah.
That was I put it in there so you guys could at least see what we're looking at.
Can you see the directory, though?
Yeah. So you at least can like follow along to some degree, but if you would like to input though, we would happily listen to it. I want to know what the surprise of the plant was.
Can you put down Richard's address too? It's 1 West C, Western Central. 1.
Should I grab the other?
That's
marker?
Richard's address as well.
Couldn't hurt.
That's right, Dick.
I've already lost.
Dick.
Yeah, just write Dick.
Yeah.
Dick.
No, I'm seeing you wrote Dick here on the map.
So, the up there in terms of priority of leads that we have, I definitely think that the coroner and seeing the actual murder site up first is ordinarily the way to go.
Yeah.
Another one that is compelling to me, at least, is to follow the lead that Albert found with the arms deal. But I think getting the time of death will help us focus and reshuffle the priority of the information we do have. So that's something we should probably determine first.
I agree. I think that we should talk to the coroner first.
The coroner.
Because getting the time of death definitely changes the priority of everything
we
else.
have to get his address.
Where's the rulebook? It's at the back.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's the dick button.
38 EC. So we take this. Find 38 EC.
I guess we don't have to put it on the map, though.
Wow, that is
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Although, really, really close nearby here is actually Billy's house. The secretary.
Sir Jasper Meeks explains that Alan was shot in the chest at close range.
Oh.
It's probably someone he knew.
From a distance of 2 feet and no more. There were extensive powder burns on his overcoat. Do you have the bullet? No, but it must have been of large caliber. The exit wound was massive. I think it was given to this crazy old Murray.
What?
I don't know what that means.
I think it's a phrase.
Yeah. I think that's just a turn of phrase.
They really gave it to him.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So that doesn't give us a time of death, but it establishes
You probably need to.
big gun. They
Close
were face to face.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Big gun, face to face, probably. If they're not telling us that there was a different time of death, it was that day and the murder took place in the alley.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're not telling us anything else, it had to have taken place.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the body was moved, so.
I mean, the other thing is we could talk to the constable
Yeah.
to find out, like, what he
he
saw.
Yeah.
This is his address.
But I don't...
That's where he works. Really.
I'm hesitant to, like, take more...
Yeah.
This is the autopsy report that we were given.
You gotta remember, this is the Victorian era, so there's probably a whole lot going on in
We
terms
can
of
take as
forensic
long as we
science.
want.
But the more leads that we take, the fewer points we get.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that didn't really pan off as much as we thought. However, I will point out, if we're gonna roleplay this out, Billy lives nearby here. We're talking about time, then I think we should factor in distances we have to walk, right? Yeah, Billy lives at it was like 6.
What day was he meeting Billy?
The day before, because that was his mom's birthday, right?
Before he was found, so
No,
the 8th?
The day before he was found, so that would have been the.
The 8th, yeah.
the 8th,
Okay.
Yeah.
You said no initially, and I was like, what?
Wait, why?
Wait, which one am I? Where's the...
That's the rules. Albert has it.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. What were we asking about? Oh, because we were wanted to talk to him.
Yeah,
There it is.
and typically I'm the next lead investigator, but I don't think that's a strong lead to go for.
No, you're not.
Hmm?
Brandon was first.
Oh, that's well.
So Albert's next.
Yeah, okay. Albert sounded like he made the decision, that's why I was like.
No,
wait.
Albert read it,
Yeah.
even though Brandon probably should have. It's
Yeah.
okay. We'll just have Brandon read yours. How about that?
Yeah, Albert.
Man.
I mean, you don't have to make the decision on your own.
Okay, so it's found March 9th, so...
The plant 8 a.m. surprise. So, given that, Billy would have been there. William Linhart would have been there.
Oh, he is the secretary, yeah.
Yeah, his secretary would have been there. So would the successor.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so we got a couple of people that we could, like, hit up there.
We could go to the plant to see what the surprise was.
Yes, I'm sure somebody would be there to talk to us, actually.
I think knowing what the surprise was
Yeah.
is pretty important.
I'd also like to... We should also talk to, like, the technician, too. Because the technician could be mad that he didn't get picked.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I like the idea of going to the plant because if maybe he never got there,
Yeah.
if he never got there, then we know it happened on the 8th.
Yeah, because this was early.
So
Early.
I like the idea of going to the plant.
Can I have the newspaper? Oh, Don's looking over.
Yeah, I'm reading it right now.
Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
I suddenly have the hunch that it might be the technician, because the other guy's a really good shot. Why would he be point blank?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I think that rules out Philip Marlowe for me
Yeah,
because he's a good
That's
shot.
definitely the case for me as well.
Just to be clear,
It's a
you're
large
not building a court
caliber.
case, so you don't need need prosecution level.
Yeah,
That's what we have Dorian for.
it's true. Sebastian Moran. Why is that name familiar?
Say it again?
Sebastian Moran.
I'm not
Do you
recognizing
want to read the sum out, Brandon?
Oh,
Oh, sure.
Oh my God! All right, so that's just an Easter egg.
Oh.
Okay, Sebastian Moran was one of Moriarty's aliases.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
how funny.
I'm.
Yeah,
What is it?
There's also
This
some
is-
references.
Wait, hold on. Maybe it's not. Hold on. Maybe that's. Hold on. Never mind.
It was Moriarty
No, it's
the
still
whole
Moriarty.
time.
There's also reference to a couple of diamond heists that I remember from various things.
50 more locations that we needed to because we thought we needed enough evidence to commit. Oh, okay, yeah. That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the entry wound is on his chest, the exit wound is on the back. Oh, right, I wanted to... Hold on, what was the... Can I reread the coroner's thing?
Yeah, what was the coroner's...
we should make notes of which ones we've done.
Yeah.
Because we can go back and reread them.
Does anyone remember... Hold on, it's on the back of this.
Yeah. Right.
The coroner is Jasper Meeks, right? 38 EC.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds right. This is Southwest. EC 38.
Okay, I just wanted to read that last line to see if we can figure that out. Do any of you guys have any clue what this could mean? So it says, must have been large, so we asked, do you have the bullet? Meeks responded with, no, but it must have been of large caliber. The exit wound was massive. I think it was given to this crazy old Murray.
Like, it could be, man, they really gave it to him, or they gave it
Maybe
to
they gave it to somebody named Murray.
How would he know that, though?
I don't know.
The biggest thing is that Murray's capitalized in that.
Yeah, it could be just like a name, like a...
H.R. Murray, Mortimer Murray. There's two of them.
It's British slang.
It's a British slang term. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it is. I looked it up.
figured as
Yeah,
much.
it's old British slang term describing as, hold on, I'll go down actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a turn of phrase. But I could be wrong.
That's really funny that they included Moran in this. That's really funny.
So next one is plant.
Well, it's up to Albert.
Yeah.
I think that's a good lead as any, but I think that sticking to the thing, because one of the only thing that wasn't obvious here was looking through the newspaper and finding out about the arms dealer that's in town.
That's true.
And that's the only thing. And the connection with the Spaniard that we've noted is something that he received the day of. And I think that that's elusive enough that it'll give us a fresh track. Like, yeah, trying to piece together his day-to-day is nice, but I think that going forward with your hunch and your discovery of the Spaniard
that's
seems
a good point.
Something that I think that in character you would do.
I also think that...
Oh, you also need to give us a description of your wacky costume and everything. I'm imagining my dude is just like a discount Victorian area Aladdin.
I have a top hat, but the top of it's like missing. It's just like a tube. I kind of want to know what the surprise was.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important.
Okay, so we can go to the plant.
Yeah.
Because that could have been maybe
maybe the surprise was death.
I wonder if he announced who his successor was.
Maybe. That could have been it.
Or he announced a change or something.
So I think it's important to know what the surprise
So
is.
12 SE, correct? Who's reading this?
You can read it if you want, because I read yours.
We enter the typically grimy... Yeah, it's big.
Oh, this is a long
It's
entry.
big.
Jesus.
We enter the typically grimy manufacturing environment of the Deverell Street plant. I don't know who's reading it. Who says this?
It doesn't matter. Just give him the voice.
Lord Ragland ain't here, but I could show you to Mr. Kehoe's office. He's the governor's assistant. It isn't evident that Walter Kehoe has come up through the ranks it is evident that Walter Kehoe has come up through the ranks and would be more comfortable in overalls than his present ill-fitting tweeds. With a meaty paw, he tugs at his shirt collar and asks us our business. I don't know, Albert, you want to read this, I guess, because you're currently lead.
Can you tell us anything?
You already read that.
Oh. Odd. I thought it was so...
Wait, no, I did not read this.
Oh. Can you tell us anything
sorry.
about Mr. Allen's visit here on the morning of March 9th?
I guess I'll be Mr. Kehoe, Mr. Meatpaws. Odd? I thought it was. So as I remember right enough, Mr. Allen comes to see his nibser, Lord Raglan, but he weren't here. Mr. Allen says he'll wait in the office. Huh.
Do you know why Mr. Allen came to see Lord Ragland?
No, I wouldn't be knowing their business. But it was most likely about project number 10, it being secret and all. There was hangers all on around the plant, foreigners and whatnot.
That's you, Albert.
Yeah, sorry, I was taking notes. Do you know what transpired when Lord Ragland returned?
What? Well, he never did return, leastways not before Mr. Allen left. I was called away. When I gets back, Mr. Allen, he hands me a note. Says it come for Mr. Lord Ragland, and I was to be sure he gets it. He also says that he'll see Lord Ragland some other time. Perhaps it's best I don't even mention that he come by. Lord Ragland was in a bit later, stayed for a couple hours, and left for the day. Odd it was. Oh, sorry, this is still me.
Yeah.
A begrimed workman enters and informs Kehoe of some problem with a piece of machinery. I'll be back in a moment, gents.
I'm a lady. Okay.
I'll be back. Why don't you wait in Lord Ragland's office? Left to our own devices, when Kehoe and the workmen leave, we can't but notice a drawer in Ragland's desk, partially open. And, of course, we can't help but peek in.
Real fast, Dorian says, "Oh Lord, Brandon's accent done give me the vapors."
Well then. I'm happy to know you enjoyed it. Let's see. Forgot where I was.
How about we do?
Okay. We do not discover much of interest, only a stack of invoices and a bundle of stock certificates.
That is significant.
Stock certificates. One of the invoices is from Radford, Jones and Company for 140 guineas. It is dated September 5th, 1887 and stamped paid March 10th, 1888. That's after his death. The stock certificates are in 5,000 share denominations for several different companies among them Duckett Paper Mills and Stevenson Iron Works. We managed to close the drawer just before Kehoe enters. A little kick in the slats always does the trick. Now, where were we? I was just very bottom. Yeah.
That's a very impressive safe.
All plans are kept under lock and key to be sure.
Would you take us to someone who could tell us about project number 10?
Well, the only one around now will be Richard Camp. He was an engineer on the project. Not on it anymore, but he can tell you a thing or two. Kehoe leads us back through his office and out into the corridor. The noise of the plant, curiously insulated in Ragland's office, grows stronger as we approach Camp's office. We knock and enter, but the office is vacant. He may be down on the line. Let me check. Kehoe's second absence gives us a chance to prowl around Camp's office. The desk is littered with plans and formula notations, none of which mean anything to us. Next to a cigar humidifier is a framed photograph of a young woman. She's very pretty with extremely long, dark hair, and she radiates a bright, dimpled smile. Somewhat blurred in the background is a vaguely familiar cathedral with two square top towers. Before we can rummage further, Kehoe returns. Mr. Camp left early, it seems. Not feeling well.
What was...
Well, thank you for your time.
We were in Lord Ragland's office.
Mm-hmm.
So Lord Ragland had those stocks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. SB10, I think, is Special Project 10.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
There we go.
Special Project 10 is definitely that. Additionally, that means that he was meeting with the Spaniard or at the Spaniard Inn to discuss Special Project 10.
I wonder if they were going to construct some kind of new model of gun.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. It's signed AM.
Yeah, we don't know who AM is.
We haven't gotten any kind of...
Oh, there's Alexei Meshkov.
Who's he?
Was one of the other people at the arms fair.
Oh.
Hold on. Where was that?
It's on the second
backside.
page.
Top left.
I haven't gotten to Arms Trade Fair closes. The affair was marred by several demonstrators sporting anti-arms placards. Alexei Meshkov, Russian military attaché, was struck in the head by a tomato.
Oh no!
Oh, that's so funny.
That's rude.
So,
Okay. In which case, I don't think he met with Guerrera. I think you were right about the Spanish Inn, or Spaniard Inn, whatever it's called. The Spaniard Inn. He was meeting with Alexei Meshkov at the Spaniard Inn.
Okay.
About special project.
How do you spell Meshkov? Because I'm assuming it's a local address.
Meshkoff.
Yeah, right here. Alexei Meshkov, home address.
Cool.
I also found the home address of Lord Raglan and also Richard Camp. What's Richard Camp's relationship to the company again?
he's the line manager.
He's the line manager. Had a picture of a beautiful woman on his desk. Supposedly went home early for the day. Okay. So I think Ragland. I'm just gonna throw out like theories here.
Yeah.
I think Ragland knew that he left the company to the other dude and was upset about it. Because he bought. We had the stocks for other arms companies in his folder. He bought stocks for the other company through insider trading and then told Camp that Courtney Allen was having an affair with the picture of the woman who was pictured on his desk, and told tried to get Camp to kill off Courtney Allen so he could profit off of it.
Yeah.
And that's I think there's two motives coming to play. Again, this is super out of left wing. It is just an off the wall theory.
Yeah.
But I think he's included.
Yeah, I feel like if we are going off of that hunch, then the next logical thing is to track down Richard Camp to see if he's still in town and to find out more information
No, we were
about
just
the girl.
talking to him. We were just talking to Camp.
No. Camp left for the day.
Yeah, we were talking to Walter
right.
Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Richard Camp left for the day and have his home address. But we could also go to Alexei Meshkov because I have her address as well. But if we jump to that right away, then we're assuming that we nailed the AM thing about the Spaniard and Project 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's a lot of things going on here. I feel like the wife is an obvious suspect, but because of that, I think it's less likely to be her because it's too obvious. Because she might have found out that he was cheating and shot him.
I also think there's too much other things going on for it to be the wife. I think it
could still be a wife, and the other things are a red herring.
Yeah.
There's a lot that is factoring into this that we have to take into consideration. Because
if that's the case, I'm thinking going to go check out the Russian Alexei is the next even though it's a jump. If we can either eliminate it or find out more about Project 10 and its relationship to the company.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. I noticed that one of our microphone cables looks like it's about to fall out.
Oh.
But then that's a huge jump to go, right? If we started on the lead of the rabbit hole.
Yeah. I still think.
I don't know. Do we feel like we want to continue with the lead that the plant gave us and continue to follow Richard Camp, or do you want to change gears now that we've figured out Alexei Meshkov?
It's interesting that we didn't learn anything about the surprise, or the secretary, or the vice president.
Well, he wanted to talk to.
Is the volume okay now? I turned it down just a tiny bit. Let me know if I need to turn it down more. We're playing a classical musical channel, and classical music is super fluctuates, so I'm having trouble dialing in the audio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What the fuck?
It sounds like kids outside.
Yeah. Okay.
We live next to a daycare. What do you want?
I know. I thought it was the cat.
Oh, no.
So, he went to the plant to talk to Lord Ragland. So Lord Ragland was the one who was going to receive the surprise?
And have the kid. Kill kids. Ugh.
And then we also have Special Project 10. We could go to camp to find out more about the project, or jump straight to Alexi.
We can always circle back, right, to the lead.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I was intrigued by the Spaniard's relationship to everything, and now that we pieced together that also AM is tied to it, and the Spaniard Inn. A good compromise is maybe go to the inn itself, but I kind of feel like that's a weaker lead.
I think we shouldn't go to the inn. I think if we're going to go to anyone, we go and see Alexi directly.
Okay.
Talking to camp would be useful. I think we go to the Bishop Inn still, though.
Can we actually point and like draw our path along the city, just that way we have a really fun, crazy thing?
Why the hell not?
So we started by going to the Coroner, which was in the.
Where's 221B? Hold on, we gotta know where 221B is because that's where we start. 42 Northwest is Baker Street.
Oh, jeez.
And we can put it lightly with dots, probably.
Here, do you want me to draw it? I can do it.
Yeah.
42. Oh, hey, it's red.
Yeah, so we started here.
And then we went to the Corners, which is somewhere here. I can't recall exactly where.
I think 48 EC or something.
38 EC.
Just because like distances are insane.
Where's 38? 38. Okay, cool. So this is. I'm just gonna write down like 1 and then 2, and then we went to the plant. We went 3.
Yeah. And if we are gonna go to the Milishkov, and then we have 37 Southwest.
Well, make a good old lap around London.
We passed right by all of these places that we knew.
I'm gonna assume there's a bridge here because this seems to be a major street.
I can't imagine.
I believe there is.
Yeah. Also, I don't think it's a waterway. I think it's just a
you're right. That's the dividing
just
line.
A dividing line, yeah.
There's St. Bart's. So St. Bart's is here, and then we go down this way. Oh, that's a train line. We can't go this way. We gotta go down the fucking bridge. All right, we go.
Nice little scenic route.
This way. We go across the bridge.
Around this point, we're like, yo, you want to grab lunch there?
Oh yeah, so I guess I look in here just to see if they have the address.
Yeah.
34.
Okay. Whoops. Oh, where's the lid? Did I move it somewhere?
I believe.
Sorry.
Maybe somewhere.
Aha! 34 Southwest. At the door of Alexei Meshkov's home, we are met by a giant in a Cossack uniform.
Sorry, can you? What's the location?
34 Southwest.
Okay, cool.
We're met by a giant in a Cossack uniform. We asked to see Mr. Meshkov. He gives us a perplexed look and says something in what must be Russian, the only intelligible word of which is Meshkov. We repeat our request, and the Cossack says, "Da, Meshkov," and he repeats what he first said. Finally, we come to the conclusion that we could repeat ourselves 1,000 times over, and neither would understand the other. So we decided the better part of our valor is to retreat to the nearest pub.
Damn it.
Aww.
Yeah, his home address is probably gonna be.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. We could go to the Russian embassy to try to get around that, but talking to this guy is going to be rough.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Spaniard Inn is in the southwest quarter as well.
The location, there's no entry at all. It doesn't count as a visit.
They had an entry.
Yeah,
it did have an entry.
Mm.
So at the very least, we know it wasn't dead lead. So good job, Albert. Yeah. The Spaniard Inn is 25 southwest. I don't know how close it is, but.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't really
It's
matter.
here, but not that locations have ever.
It's related to the
25.
same. It's related to the same lead, which is why only reason why I bring it up.
Yeah, we could continue to try to chase this lead by going to 25. I think that's probably the best bet.
Yeah, but it's Don's choice, right?
Or the Russian embassy.
What was 25?
25 is the Spaniards Inn, yeah. That's the meeting place that supposedly would have happened. It makes sense because they're pretty close to each other.
He did write a note specifically that the Spaniard did, so.
Mm-hmm.
Did the music stop?
I think it's just quiet.
No, I think it stopped.
Oh, it's just
No, it's still playing. There's just 8 minutes of silence at the end of that song, apparently.
Great.
Don't you love it when a song decides that 8 minutes of silence is appropriate?
Oh, well, we're all at a pub getting drinks, so...
I mean, yeah, we can go to a pub, so the nearest pub is the Spaniard.
Alright, we're going. Alright, fuck it, fine. I'll go to the Spaniard. Where is it? What is it?
25. It's the south of it.
Sure, we'll go there.
Oh man, if only I had malt vinegar, I'd be like, yeah, fish and chips time after this, baby.
Yeah.
We have some, not malt vinegar.
Yeah.
We have my regular distilled vinegar.
25 Southwest?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The proprietor of the Spaniard Inn is a most cooperative fellow for a small consideration. While he consults his records, we wait at the bar sipping a glass of beer. 2 gentlemen with the initials AM reserved private rooms on the evening of March 9th, he tells us when he returns. Alexander Mishkin and Anthony Mariano. Neither of these are people that we were meaning to speak to.
Alexander Meshkin?
Mishkin and Anthony Mariano. Hold on, his name was Alexei Meshkov, yeah?
Yeah.
The Alexander Mishkin is definitely
Alias,
it's definitely an alias, unless we find it in the directory.
What was the other name?
Anthony Mariano.
Okay, I'm just gonna look them up just to see if they actually have it.
Oh!
Hold on, there's more.
Hold on. Oh, interesting. Weird. Okay. Okay. Can you tell us how to get in touch with them? I have never seen either man before or since. Could you describe them? Well, that's as maybe. March 9th was some days ago. Again, we grease his palm. It never ceases to amaze us how effectively a quid can jar a memory. Alexander Mishkin was a giant of a fellow. He walked in with a slight limp and spoke with an accent. I think that's the dude.
I think that's
who.
who,
He
yeah.
was pretending to not speak English. He arrived at 9 and ordered supper. An English gentleman, about 30, I would say, joined him later. Also, both Mishkin and the Englishman carried identical briefcases.
Interesting.
Curiously enough, Anthony Mariano also ate alone and was joined by another man. His reservation was for 8:30. Could you describe Mariano? Oh, about the same age as the Englishman, 30-ish. Swarthy, shifty eyes, medium height. We thank him for his information and start to leave when he reminds us that we have not paid for our drinks.
Damn it! I thought we could get away with it for this time.
But then again, he adds, catching the black look Wiggins throws at him and jingling the coins in his hand. Suppose we can just call it even.
No.
Hello, Legends DM. How you doing today, friend?
So,
Interesting.
Anthony Mariano is a real person that is in the address book. Lives at 37 Eastern Central.
And is Mishkin a real person?
No, Mishkin
Definitely
I could not
Mishkin
find.
is definitely our dude.
Then-
It depends. Yeah, how did you spell it?
Mishkin.
Yeah, definitely not.
Because it was at 10 p.m. was that meeting.
From
so
one DM to another.
Mishkin arrived at 9. An English gentleman joined him later. So that was at about 10 p.m. probably. I would say that Mishkin is Alexei Meshkov.
Yeah, that's totally an alias.
Yeah, it's definitely an alias, and he might have had his. I don't know. We haven't gotten a description of Alexei Marikov yet, so we don't actually know how big he is. So
True.
Could be. He could fit the description with a limp and everything.
Had a Pokeball for dinner. Ooh.
Oh.
I'm super jealous.
I've never actually had a Pokeball.
Imagine just sushi, but someone got lazy, didn't assemble it.
No.
It's still just
sounds
as fucking
so
good.
good.
Because you can be like, I just want the sashimi right now. Fuck yeah.
I would
Alright,
love me
let's
some
get
raw
some
fish.
filling, like rice. It's great.
We're all super slumped today, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can adjust the camera to adjust.
I mean, it's my thinking slouch.
Yeah. So that's
I gotta adjust the
interesting.
camera.
So now we do know that that's a solid lead if we want to dig into it in order to
Yeah, I can imagine Hawaii has a lot of Pokeballs. Because Hawaii has a lot of like Japanese influence. Because like the McDonald's there straight up sell spam musubi.
I'm sorry.
Woo!
Sorry.
Sideways.
We got a little wild today.
Well, since we're at the pub,
because it's cold.
Yeah.
It just heated.
Yeah, dude. Now I'm hungry too because I just said spam musubi.
I know. I haven't.
Oh my god, this camera is pushing me off.
I'm so glad my stomach settled.
Oh, that's nice.
I know, right?
Good. Glad.
I would love some raw fish right now.
Yeah.
We've been avoiding doing anything that's uncooked though.
It's
given the state of
raw.
Arizona.
Hey. Oh.
Latte, you're erasing stuff.
We have special information. You're gonna help the murderer. Latte,
Aw.
were you the murderer all along?
No.
Birthday
Birthday
sushi.
No more spam with Subi at McDonald's.
Aw.
Yeah.
I understand why though.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my god, this is.
Song.
No, we're not doing this song.
this is Latte. All right, go nuts. Entertain the birthday boy. And she loaf.
Mm-hmm.
I'll swap over to the Justice cam so you
Man.
can see her a bit better.
God, just thinking about this, our track, like if we did this on foot, no, because travel time includes the fastest way to get there, right?
Presumably.
Oh,
That's like an
God.
hour, yeah.
No, that's more than an hour, isn't it? Because
The game also doesn't have us tracking our times, presumably for good reason.
how?
Yeah.
Hi, cat.
I feel like it should though. I guess it assumes that we split up, right? And then we reconvene.
Maybe like that's what the lead investigator kind of.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, that's a good loaf.
It's a very good loaf.
That's a good
They
loaf
can't
right
see,
there.
They can't see how good of a loaf it is, though. I'll take a picture of it.
Oh, McDonald's has a spam breakfast plate. Oh, that sounds so good. Checks number of locations visits, which is an approximation. She's like, I'm just gonna sit here and be regal. Yep, that's Latte.
Where's the pet section? Here it is.
So could we decide just to go randomly to his office? Because we haven't gone there yet.
Yeah.
But the body wouldn't be there.
It's the scene of the crime, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there might
Oh
be
my
other
God.
evidence. We might find the bullet
Chill.
there.
This pianist is a fucking hard-on for their abilities.
If we find the bullet, maybe it'll show us like a make and model. I don't want to be like.
I don't know if that even really matters.
I don't want to jump to
Okay,
conclusions,
okay,
but
okay.
Russians like really big guns.
As a good story arc kind of thing, what if he was shot by Special Project 10?
That makes sense. Yeah. She's gonna erase stuff.
She totally is.
You know that every time you come near me, I try to pick you up, and you don't like me, so.
It's good. In description of lead investigator, you can go to the office.
Yeah, we have no idea how many leads he, we're expected to follow.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Sherlock Holmes would have solved it by now.
Detective
Oh, he has.
Yeah,
But like, this is just an exercise. Like, he's already figured this out. He's just.
No. Our scoring has us count how many leads he followed, too.
Yeah. Anyways, Brandon, you're the lead investigator right now, so your opinion is what matters the most.
So when did he meet him? He met him at 10 p.m.
9 p.m. was the reservation. 10 p.m. was the scheduled meeting according to the book.
Okay, 10 p.m. on the 8th?
Yes.
Okay.
No. We don't know. Because the note says SP10 Spaniard tonight, 10 p.m. a.m.
And it was a written thing that he had kind of stuffed in his notebook.
Yeah. And it's like tacked under Sunday, March 11th, but that doesn't mean it was scheduled for them.
Yeah.
You know what? Hold on. I think this dude, the dude said it, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Well, what was the number? 25 Southwest?
Yeah, 25 Southwest.
I forgot to write it down.
Legend News says I'm playing Detective Charlie tomorrow. It's a cute game where all the characters are cartoon animals and chase each case. He has 8 suspects. Ooh.
My pencil.
It's interesting, like now that I think about it, this is the second game that we had about like these suspects and stuff. Except the other one is Android, where it's about just pinning the blame on someone rather than
Framing
actually
someone.
Yeah.
I don't care who did it.
Yeah,
I think they
exactly.
did it.
Wait. No, it was March 9th.
But that doesn't. Well, that's the day he died.
Yeah, so he couldn't have.
Well, that's the day he was found.
This is after he died.
Yeah, so this was after he
Interesting.
died, so it couldn't have been him.
Yeah.
But someone else could have met with him instead.
They had identical briefcases as well.
They had identical briefcases.
Mishkin and whoever he met with did. So Meshkov.
So if we can see his briefcase and then we see an identical briefcase.
I'm sure we'll be able to tell immediately that there's an identical briefcase.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dun dun dun. So this means that he never made it to his meeting with Meshkov.
But someone else did.
But somebody else did.
Who knew about it?
Somebody else who knew about it.
His secretary.
Secretary would have known about it.
Secretary would have known about it.
His wife might have.
I don't think so.
No, his wife didn't meet with him because it just an Englishman.
Anyone who knew about SP10.
Which also includes Richard Camp.
The Lord.
Lord Ragland.
Lord Ragland
Lord
would have
Ragland.
known.
I don't know. I don't
Right.
even know if what's his name, the Philip guy.
Philip Marlowe.
Marlowe. No, not Marlowe. The actual inheritor.
Philip Marlowe.
Is his name Marlowe, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, Philip Marlowe. I don't even know if he knew about it.
Additionally, whoever murdered him would have known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's probably a good idea to investigate one of the leads that would
All right.
know
So I think the murderer met up with him.
Killed him.
before the meeting, and then
The murderer or the person who incited the murder. I'm still going to stand by Camp being... I still think Camp was involved. I think his daughter or his wife or someone was the person that he was courting. But I think that's irrelevant to the case other than giving him motive to cooperate with Lord Ragland. I think Lord Ragland is our inciter, our instigator.
Yeah.
I think Ragland checked the briefcase, saw the meeting, and went to the meeting. I think he met with Ragland.
There's also still the stockbroker angle of Richard Allen being involved. I mean, I still haven't sold that off yet, and we don't know enough information about Ragland, but Ragland doesn't really seem as the stockbrokery type. So
Ragland had the
bought
stocks.
stocks.
He had the stocks.
Yeah, I know he had stocks, but I'm saying is that we don't know for sure if he's the type to have done that on his own. Meaning that he could have gotten information from Richard Allen that something was going to be enacted, and he's also in on this as well.
Fair, but why would Richard Allen hire a private investigator to find out who murdered his brother then? If he's the one
isn't
who
that always
planned
kind
it?
of a stereotype of like, oh, I need eschew blame someone else?
Yeah, but it's stupid.
you would hire a stupid investigator, not
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes.
I guess, but if this is like one of the early cases, then I don't really necessarily know how.
It's not Sherlock's first case. though.
Yeah.
Sherlock
So-
Holmes is established by this point.
Yeah.
I'm
okay, so-
inclined to say it puts him a little less priority.
I don't know. We
I
don't
see
know
merit,
how
but-
cocky Richard Allen is. His
I-
name's Dick, for God's sake.
I don't think it's him.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is after. No, this is still before he disappeared. But Holmes has been famous for a while.
Okay.
So the way I'm seeing it is we either try to talk to Camp or try to talk to Marlowe. Or Marlowe is the no that's the
No,
inheritor.
Ragland.
We want the Ragland is the one dude.
Lord Ragland is the technician
The one
who is the first vice president,
yeah.
but was not named successor.
Yeah.
Oh, but he also had that shit in his desk too, huh?
Yeah, he's the one with the shit in his
Oh,
desk.
that's a double whammy.
And
I think we
then-
hit him up.
Okay. His address is 56 Southwest.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Okay. Yeah, that's my call.
That's also close, yeah. I'm gonna need to make myself some more to drink soon. No, don't do it, cat. No!
I want to rate a fucking 5.
If we suddenly shut off, Latte has hit the power button on the stream PC. You have been warned. We have
I'll be
been
right
warned.
back.
Did you spill on yourself?
Yep. I have given myself a Mountain Dew mustache.
Well done. Do the do!
It's in my shirt.
Oh.
It's cold.
Alright,
Was
Read
Don
it
supposed
out.
to read mine?
No, we can go back to doing it like normal.
Yeah, reading our own.
Yeah. I had you read mine simply because I messed
Which one
up
is
with
it,
my
this one?
goals. Yeah.
There's a buggy in here.
Alright. Can you repeat the address for me? 56 Southwest?
Yep.
56 Southwest. Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Quickly Don wrote it down. So I can just bum off of her notes. Lord Ragland's man, Bunting, admits us to the residence and shows us into the study to wait. We are almost impressed by Lord Ragland's establishment as we are with Lord Ragland himself when he arrives. At 30, he is the picture of the English gentleman. Impeccably groomed with a grace and style at once attractive and forbidding. The introductions completed, he separates himself from us by walking to the other side of the desk. Seating himself, he asks us to begin. Before we can, however, he notices an envelope on the desk and immediately calls for Bunting. Drummond's has slipped up again. See that this is posted immediately. Excuse me, gentlemen. Debit where a credit should be or some such. Please, begin. Does some investigator want to read this, or should I?
I haven't heard any of this.
Okay.
We're doing 56 Southwest?
Yeah, we're in Lord Raglan's place. Bunting brings us into his office. Lord Raglan is a 30-year-old English gentleman, which kind of matches our description. And he seats him. He notices something's on his desk, and he calls for Bunting, and he's like, hey, Drummond has slipped up. Post this. Get this out of my sight. Put it in the box. Kind of deal. And then we have an investigator talking.
That should be you, because you're the one...
Yeah, you're the investigator.
On the night of Mr. Allen's murder, he had an appointment with Captain Egan.
It's like such a little kid.
My character is actually... I was like, my kid's going to be Tim Cobble. Or Tim Cobbler. And he's an ex-newsboy.
Just the picture, like the copy and paste.
But he's been drinking at a pub. But I didn't want to bring that up.
I mean, I think it's imagined that we're this is sort of like a weird...
It's Victorian England. I don't think they care.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and we're probably like, 15, 16. Yeah. We're not like kids.
Yeah.
I think we're adults.
Well, that's why I say ex-newsboy.
In Victorian England, I imagine. Well, even now, the drinking age...
We've been working with Holmes for a while, though, which means we had to have been adults
we aged out of his Boy Scouts program, and now we're in his
Eagle
Scouts.
I would say that we're all, like, early 20s, probably. You can be, like, 19 if you want.
Description as narrated by Oscar Wilde. Yes, the purchasing officer for naval ordnance at the Admiralty. We were working on a secret project for the Admiralty.
She just batted at Brandon's hand.
And Courtney was concerned about one of the engineers, Richard Camp, being a security risk. We discussed it that morning. I gave no credence to the idea. Lord Raglan pauses to reach into a small silver box. From it, he draws forth a cigarette, which has a B and H printed on it in gold leaf. He inserts it into an ebony cigarette holder. Sorry, I was just stumbling.
Struggling to talk today.
Into an ebony cigarette holder, lights it, and leans back. Without our prompting, he continues. No. Camp is a fine fellow, but as a concession to Egan, I removed him from the project and assigned him elsewhere. Tragic, Courtney's death. To think that I had intended to stop by the offices that evening, but was forced to work late at the plant. If I had, perhaps the thief would have thought twice before tackling two of us. Were you disappointed about not being named president? You were, after all, senior vice president. Not a bit of it. I am quite happy in my work in the technical areas. Administrative matters do not interest me. Besides, one of Marlowe's conditions of employment was that he succeeds Courtney when Courtney retired. Of course, that would not have been for many years. Thank you, Lord Raglan.
Interesting.
I just to throw a bit of shade onto this guy, he was using words in the beginning that imply that he's trying to convey being more of a business type person, but
which he is not.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's a very slight play on indicator of anything. But he was like saying something about the debit where credit should be, which is typical business stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought I'd bring it up. It's the only thing I noticed in his talking. But it also means that the Murray guy, the
Marlowe,
I haven't wrote his name down actually, which is why I'm fucking it up.
This guy Raglan throws shade on Camp.
He doesn't. He throws shade on Marlowe.
Yeah.
Was it Marlowe?
He said that Camp was fine. Camp was a good guy. kind of throws a little bit of shade at Egan. Because Egan was involved in the project
As well.
and didn't want Camp involved for some reason.
I mean, this kind of gives me indication. It makes me think that you might be a little bit right, because with the attractive picture of the person, I tried looking it up to see if there was another camp address here, seeing if Camp had any relatives. He's the only camp in the directory, though. So I'm not entirely sure of that. But
if he had a daughter of marrying age, she would still live in his house.
yeah, so we can still go there, but I just wanted to see if there was a potential to have another camp that we can go there. Because if we go to see Richard Camp's house, showing up at his house is, setting up red flags. But I guess it doesn't really matter for this type of game, does it?
No.
No.
I think that Camp was suspicious to begin with by not being there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's just weird to me that
This guy has stonks, but he's not like a business guy.
Yeah, and when we went to the factory, Camp didn't mention anything about Lord Raglan being there late the night before. He didn't mention it.
You're right.
He didn't mention it. It might have been like he just didn't think it was worth mentioning, but it also could be that he's
I was
lying
thinking the
to
same
us.
thing.
He didn't deny it, but he didn't include it
Yeah.
old Mr. Keaton.
So we need to.
Kehoe.
That's a alibi that isn't firmly established.
What was that envelope that he swished away pretty quickly? But
From what he was talking about, I think it was a stock order.
yeah.
Like, he's trying to do some kind of finance business thing,
Mm-hmm.
but claims to not be interested in the company itself.
Yeah.
it's possible that he's just interested in money.
Yeah. There's also a situation of we had the stocks in his drawer could not really be suspicious, because it would be one thing if he had that, if we knew if it had a sales date, or if it told us when those transactions took place, right?
Wait, when did he have to go to the plant or report to the plant?
The night
The 8th?
I'm not too sure.
No, he stayed late on the 9th, supposedly.
Yeah.
Hello, Toon Stardust. How you doing today, friend?
Oh, God.
I'm just trying to figure out when the meeting with the meeting at the Spaniard Inn happened.
10.
10.
But what day?
Yeah.
The 9th.
The 9th.
Which would have been after he was already found dead.
He was dead, so he didn't go.
Yeah.
Ragland claims that he didn't go over to the thing. Now, okay, hold on. Is it possible for someone to have killed him and then made it to the Spaniard? Is that possible? Or is it too long?
We can time it.
It was found at 7.
He was found at 7, so if we assume that he died at 7, just for the minimum possible
Are
time.
we doing As the Crow Flies?
As the crows flies,
we
that's
can't.
yeah.
If it's as the crow flies, it's possible. It's
Fast-
3
I mean, he
hours.
just takes the north of the Thames. to get
Yeah,
to
that's
Spaniard
true.
Inn.
Yeah. So let's see how that's gonna be.
If we take about this to about here, that's 24. And then just kind of skew it a little bit just to estimate 24, so that's 48 times 2 number of minutes. So 50 times 2, it's just short of 2 hours.
That's assuming optimal traffic and everything. So I didn't
totally
know
could have
that.
been.
It's late. Yeah, it's very easily possible.
And he was murdered well before 7. Like 7,
Yeah.
7's when his body was found. So
Someone must have heard that, but what else?
Totally could have made it.
Somebody definitely had to have heard that.
We would have had to visit the constable at where he works to talk to
I mean,
him.
we can still do that.
I mean, we can.
We can
Yeah.
also visit the crime scene.
Yeah, this is true too. Maybe find the bullet, find what maybe make.
So part of me thinks it's about time we visited the crime scene.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm thinking of, we could check with Camp, but I think it'd probably be best if we visit the crime scene.
Yeah, this is our first guy that doesn't really add up,
Yeah.
or he's actively lied about his alibi.
Oh, well, we don't know that he has.
Uh-huh.
He could be telling the truth. We don't know. Okay. I don't think Cat, you don't. Stop it. How do you find the most inconvenient things to play with without fail?
Cat instinct.
All right, everybody. Let's walk straight across the London.
You know, I don't really like you when you're in charge because you always demand the impossible.
I ain't no stranger to a lot of walking, a lot of footwork.
Well, I can meet you guys there. I'll take a carriage.
Just kind of like pulls out my suspenders and then just, oops, butterfingers, and it slaps me back. Ah!
We are up to our next murder mystery. Jared is right.
You always gotta remind yourself that I look like a discount Aladdin with a bowler hat.
With a bowler hat. It's very important, this bowler hat.
Yep.
Where are we going?
We're going up to the offices.
To the office.
Oh my god, Cat, stop it.
Let's go to the park.
Sure, we can walk through the park. We'll just walk on through the
Oh
park.
shit, a body.
Oh, what a beautiful day. We'll just go around this little roundabout here.
Sorry, Mr. Holmes, we're now suspects in another murder. Shit.
Oh, interesting. We meet Constable Beetle. Constable Beetle.
Oh, we get to talk to the constable over there. Hell yeah. Bless you.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
I am profoundly uncomfortable with the proximity with which you have sneezed to my face.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We'll go down Shoe Lane. Hey, I think we were here earlier today. Is it this one?
Okay. We meet Constable Beetle behind the Grant Arms Company in the alley parallel to Leonard Street. I noticed a strange lump up the alley. I knew right off that something was amiss. My instinct for the out of place, you might say. Watch your step there. The cobbling hereabouts is in a bad way. Many a jagged edge just made for a tripping man. Wow, that's a weird sentence.
For tripping a man?
Tripping a man, yeah. They strolled 30 feet or so from the base of the stairway that leads to the offices of Grant Arms to arrive at the junction of a T formed of another alley that leads to Old Street. It was right here, and sad to say, it was not a lump at all. Now the victim was lying on his back, the force of the bullet having thrown him backwards. The briefcase was lying right beside the body, waist high. The wallet was lying a few feet away. The victim's overcoat was thrown open and his pocket watch was missing, but part of the chain was still attached to the vest.
Interesting.
He was quite dead, but there was still some warmth in his bare hands, so I couldn't have missed the blighter by much. Now I figured the perpetrator must have hid in that shed just up this second alley. When the victim appeared, he jumped out and fired point blank. As you can see, it's but 5 feet from the shed to where the body lay. We thank Constable Beetle for his time and trouble. He goes back on patrol, but we linger a moment at the scene. From the shed, Wiggins calls to us. Seems both Scotland Yard and our perpetrator have been quite careless.
He says as he sips his
His
beer.
He sips his beer in the morning.
He sips his growler.
His open palm reveals the remains of a cigarette. On it are the letters B and H in gold leaf.
Aw, fuck, we got him.
The tip end is pinched evenly all around.
Having been put in a cigarette holder.
Yep. Beaming, Wiggins suggests that we adjourn to the offices of the Grant Arms Company to interview Alan's private secretary.
Oh, fuck
nice,
yeah.
yes.
Double up.
Oh, dude, we can fuck.
Marlo.
We've literally killed 3 birds with 1 stone here, because we just wanted to visit the crime scene. Instead, we got to talk to the constable and to his personal assistant. Now, Latte did want to sip.
Did Latte just steal that D20?
Yeah.
It's
That's
mine
fine.
now.
An orthodox means of entry via the back stairway startles a young man we meet in the corridor. Fair-haired and pleasant-featured, he turns out to be William Linhart. After introductions are made, we are seated in Linhart's office. Wiggins asks him a question that has been nagging at all of us since the beginning. What was Mr. Allen doing in the alley? Does anyone want to be William Linhart?
I can do it. He's gonna have a smaller voice.
I know, right? Well, we always intended to go there. We just haven't gotten around to it.
Yeah,
yet.
we just wanted to get a few itching questions that felt more important.
Yeah.
Anytime he worked after hours, which was often, he would leave by the back way. It was a short walk to the old street where the traffic was heavier and the cab was more likely to be hailed.
Okay.
Then that's you. You're asking questions.
So anyone who had a passing knowledge of Mr.
Oh boy, your kid has a deep voice.
Oh, I thought this was Wiggins.
Oh, you're
That's
right.
you.
So anyone who had a passing knowledge of Mr. Allen's habits, company employees, or even business acquaintances would certainly have been aware of that practice.
Yes, that's so.
That evening, Mr. Allen was scheduled to meet with a Captain Egan at 8:30. Can you tell us who Captain Egan is?
He's an ordnance officer in charge of purchasing for the Admiralty.
Oh! Captain Egan was the first one.
The first
He was
gentleman.
supposed to meet with Captain Egan first, and then he was supposed to meet with Alexei at the same place, because the first one's appointment was for 8:30. Of course, he would schedule them for the same night at similar times, one and then the other.
Oh, you think Egan is...
Is Anthony.
But Anthony has an address.
He could have just used somebody else's name.
I guess. Yeah, that's a
There's
good
nothing
point.
stopping him. I think if we were to go to talk to Anthony, Anthony would be like, I was never there.
Okay. Do you know what the meeting was about?
He and Mr. Allen met often to discuss the special project undertaken for the Admiralty some months ago, but I was unaware of that particular meeting. Mr. Allen regularly delivers progress reports, but always during the day, and I always made the appointment, so I remember that Mr. Allen asked me to put the SP number 10 folder into his briefcase. It surprised me because I was not aware of an appointment with with Captain Egan.
And SP10 was not in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
the
were two
folder.
Oh, the folder never was
There
in
were two
there.
folders.
The
and
folder must have
SP10
been
wasn't.
taken.
So he did.
It was
know
taken.
He did
Yeah.
know about the key. Yeah.
They probably slashed the briefcase to make it look like it was a random attack.
And also maybe even someone trying to get into the briefcase,
Yeah.
but failing that, just running off.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about the special project?
Yes, it's very secret, but I suppose I can say that it involves the development of the new type of naval gun.
Were there problems with the project?
None that I'm aware of. Mr. Allen is very concerned about security, though. While we do sell arms to foreign powers, there are certain weapons that are reserved exclusively for our own government. Special Project Number 10 was such a one.
Was Mr. Allen's concern over security based on a specific incident or centered on a specific person?
The existence of the project was common knowledge, so I'm sure he was expecting a certain amount of, spying, but called in Lord Raglan to discuss the matter after several strange people were seen hanging around De Valoran Street plant.
Why would the plant be under surveillance?
All the technical data, the blueprints, the formulas, that type of thing are all housed there. Our offices are entirely administrative, so we don't keep any confidential documents in here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Allen's brother believes that he was having an affair at the time of his death. Realizing that this is a delicate matter, would you know who the lady might have been?
Oh, no, I don't. Over the years, I've always known about Mr. Allen's peccadillos, but only in the most general way. We would be working and something would trigger a cryptic remark that always had to do with his personal life. For example, just after the International Arms Fair opened, he received the scented letter on a pink stationery. Later that day, he was dictating a memo to Lord Raglan when he stopped and picked it up. He took a full whiff of that and said aloud, "Women often marry for a title, but they don't necessarily fall in love for one." And then he laughed and went on with the memo.
I have a quick question. Wasn't Murray somebody that we were talking about?
Yes, he's the second VP.
No.
That's Marlowe.
That's Marlowe. Murray is just the weird.
Oh, Murray was the okay.
Yeah,
Because there was a
saying.
Sergeant Murray listed on here.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
You're now the secretary of the new president, Mr. Marlowe?
Yes. He was Mr. Allen's hand-picked successor, which perfectly illustrates the kind of man Mr. Allen was. There was no lost love between them, yet, recognizing Marlowe's outstanding business acumen, he named him as his heir, so to speak.
Thank you, Mr. Linhart. You've been very helpful.
All right.
Okay. So
things we found out. The SB10 folder was not in the briefcase, which means that it was open. Someone took it, then they closed it, made it look like no one got into it.
And he was having an affair with Countess von Schulenburg, bride of 5 months to German military attaché, thus auf Wiedersehen, and the archetype of the fair-haired Rhine maiden. A gold medal was also awarded. It doesn't matter with the rest of us. And she was involved in the arms fair.
Okay.
That does make some sense.
Thus auf Wiedersehen, of course.
Yeah, although I'm not entirely sure if if she has any ties to Richard Camp, which is what our first suspicion was.
Yes.
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it as well.
Yeah, because he did that. He said that German thing when he left the lunch, the dinner with his brother,
and he was probably just being cryptic about his affections.
So,
can you give me the name of the person again?
He does do his little cryptic shit.
Countess von Schulenburg. German.
So,
how do you spell the last name?
It appears that Raglan killed him for the documents to sell to a Russian interest because the Russian interest couldn't have access to it because these plans were exclusive for the UK Navy.
But then why would he have written a note with regards to Alexei in his own handwriting in the notebook? Unless it was forged.
I think...
I mean, he might have found out about it.
Oh, that's true. Why would
and then, because if that was the case, then he might have found out about it and taken note of it. Because, it might have been a thing where Courtney wasn't supposed to find that piece of paper, but he did, and he was going to go do something. Oh, another thing.
It could also be that... Oh, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say that the place that the person jumped out from was 5 feet away, but the coroner report said it was about 2 feet away. So even if you account
I don't think
for...
Marlowe killed him. Or I don't think Ragland killed him.
No.
But I think Ragland saw it. I think Ragland was there, and he saw it happen. He intended for it to happen. I still think that he orchestrated, but I don't think that he's the one who killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is that maybe... not Dick.
I still stand by my original theory.
Scratching the chair?
She's scratching the cardboard, I think.
No, I think she's at the chair.
Oh.
Wanted the documents to build it for themselves. That's possible. I still stand by my original thing. I'm gonna throw. Okay. I still think that what I said stands because I still think that Camp killed him because he was having an affair with his daughter, wife, somebody. I think it's his daughter. I think that's Camp's daughter.
That's definitely the chair.
Yeah, that's the chair. I think he was having an affair with Camp's daughter and stopped having an affair with her in favor of the Countess. I think Ragland told Camp about it to make him upset. Because because Camp was already upset about being taken off the project by Alan, who said he was a security risk. But Ragland didn't think that he was. Yeah. So I think Ragland told him that he was then seeing somebody else because he witnessed him creepily sniffing a scented love letter from the Countess, told Camp about it. Camp went out there, would have known that he would have been in the alley at that time, and shot him. Ragland scheduled all of this, stood there, waited for Camp to have killed him after confronting him, and then off of that took the information and took advantage of the meetings that he had scheduled.
Yeah. So
I think that's what happened.
I think that the person who was murdered could have intended to sell it to the Russian guy, but Lord Ragland might have made a side deal of, I'll give it to you for cheaper. And did that.
No.
What would be the point of selling it cheaper if you already got it lined up?
Well,
because then he would pocket the money.
Ragland's kind of an idiot, so he might think I could probably get more money out of this and try to negotiate for more, and then also get more.
But that's aside from the point, though.
Yeah.
A missing piece, though, is we still haven't heard from Marlowe yet.
Yes.
Yeah, we also haven't really confirmed whether Richard Camp definitely is up there, but we haven't confirmed his whereabouts and/or any sort of motivations. Like we have suspicions about his daughter, but there's no confirmation of that.
I'm gonna throw out there that if we ask Camp about it, he's not gonna tell us.
Yeah, but it's the thing where we don't dictate what it is. We just go there.
We could probably get his alibi.
Yeah.
I think we should check on Camp. It seems like Marlowe is not really been mentioned at all
No,
other than the beginning.
but Marlowe's the one in charge now. So why was SP10 canceled?
Was it canceled?
No.
Well, they were talking about was. They were talking about it in the past tense. It's not in progress anymore.
Probably with Alan's death.
But
Maybe.
why would they cancel that if it's a business venture? That doesn't make any sense business-wise.
Yeah.
And if Marlowe is a smart in business, why would he have canceled it? Because the documents for it are missing. So he probably canceled it because they don't have the documents anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it never says that it's. It never says that it's stopped though.
They talked about it in the past tense, though. That to me is suspicious.
Yeah, but I don't think it's been closed. I think they're just talking about it in terms of like.
I think we should double check the plant one because that's where what I'm thinking of was talked about.
Oh, southeast.
Yeah.
I'd also like to point out that I'm intentionally making jumps here because we know the jumps are going to have to be made.
Oh, also the camera died or something.
What? No.
Oh no, it's out of
No!
batteries. Fuck.
Did Latte jump on the cable or
No,
something?
it's definitely out of batteries.
We'll just put it on the just board for a minute.
Hello.
You have to cycle the power when it happens.
I have it turned off right now. I'm just leaving.
Oh.
I'm just going to leave it off for a minute or two so it can recharge. So we'll just have to be expressive with our view of the
What is
board.
south? Oh, fuck.
These are supposed to be thumbs up.
Wait.
Fuck. There we go.
Thumbs.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Latte. No.
Yeah, okay, he wasn't. So Richard Camp was an engineer on the. Hey! Psst!
Down.
Down!
Oh, now that I think about that, because Camp was removed from the project. Okay, because it says that he was an engineer on the project, so I assumed that meant that the project was canceled.
Mm-hmm.
It was just that Camp is no longer on the project.
Yeah.
So I'm the lead investigator right now, yeah? I think.
No,
Is it Brandon?
it's Alan, because you're the one who took us to the crime
you're
scene.
right.
Mm-hmm.
I think we should check with Camp.
Yeah, I think we need to check in with Camp. I have suspicion that we might want to talk to Marlowe, but I'm not sold on it yet.
We could talk to Marlowe just to, like, establish an alibi, but...
His alibi is that he was in the shooting competition.
The shooting competition, it doesn't say the date, does it?
It doesn't, but if we bring it up, I don't think they would have seated that in there without it.
And the shooting competition would have been several days.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean he has an alibi for that time. Because there's no way it would have gone until 7 p.m.
Yeah, because I don't think you really do shooting competitions at night, like in the dark.
Especially during these times, I guess, yeah.
Shooting the victim competition.
I mean...
I do not think that it is that I don't think that it's Marlowe.
Yeah, this
I
guy's
don't
a
think
good
it's
shot.
Marlowe,
Yeah.
but I think Marlowe might have information that might help us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't. We've already done some digging, and I think that our leads are like it has to be related to Project 10. He hasn't come up in any relation to anything. I don't even think he knows about it. So Philip Marlowe's.
How would Marlowe not know about it if was the heir to the company?
I mean, they had to keep it under wraps, right? And also, they didn't expect him to take over until way later.
But why would you tell your third in command and not your second in command?
Because he's a technician that's part of the project.
I think Marlowe had to have
I
known.
think Marlowe knows about it.
Why not?
If Linhart also said that it was public knowledge,
Yeah, it was.
but the
I see.
details weren't.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Because even the guy at the plant, like the line manager knew about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In which case, if the project is still in production, they must have the SP10 folder, which further implicates.
I mean, you can just make copies.
No, they would not have made.
not if it's a
copies.
highly
Yeah.
confidential project.
Also, making copies is pretty difficult in this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. In which case, I'm going to posit that I think this further condemns
Raglan.
Ragland. Yeah,
Yeah.
No, I definitely think Raglan is involved in some way.
Ragland has to be involved.
We need to check with Camp.
Okay. There's also the Countess. I didn't get the spelling of her last name, so I wasn't able to fully look it up.
Yeah, there was other stuff going on. Schulenberg, Schulenberg. I don't think that she has an address here.
Nope, she does. 51 Southwest.
If we want to talk to her, we can, but I don't think she's involved.
Yeah.
Where's Southwest at? Where's 51 at?
This is Southwest.
It's back over here. She would probably be in the same quarter as Alexi.
51.
Yeah. Because that's probably then like the foreign quarter, if you would, where the embassies are.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It makes sense.
Then that makes me wonder, what's Bishop's finger for then?
Some other lady.
Bishop's finger was where...
He left Keynes to go here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why would he go here when he could just go this way to meet her?
It's possible that she was meeting him there as well to
Yeah.
not be suspicious.
That's
I think if we went there, they would say that I suspect that the innkeeper would tell us that that he was there and that he met with a very attractive blonde German woman.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, there's that.
Yeah, I don't think we need to check Bishop's finger.
I'm gonna go ahead and try to turn the camera back on now. Hopefully, it's
Okay.
gained enough charge that it'll be okay.
Yeah. So,
the...
if that's the case, then Bishop... None of my... Like, ordinarily, like, I have a solid hunch about where to go next. And now that, with the most recent findings of going to the crime scene, I'm kind of stuck.
I think we talked to camp. I think we have to talk to camp.
Yeah, camp is definitely the next thing. I really wish there was more information about someone related to camp or like tangentially related to him instead of going just to him.
To double down.
Yeah, but I guess we do have to go to camp's place. In
We
that
can't
case,
scare him away.
he lives in 32 Northwest.
Oh, she is back there. How'd you get back there?
Yeah, so he lives at 32 Northwest, which is somewhere over...
32. Alright, so this is our... Oh, gosh.
Alright, everyone back across London.
It's five... What number is this?
That's a
Is it
5.
5?
Yeah,
It's
we're over
backwards.
here right now.
5, 6, 7. Okay.
Alrighty.
Alright, I'm just gonna recycle most of these dots and be like... then we went over here.
Yeah.
Did take the same one? I think she's stuck.
Alright,
How'd you get back there if you can't get out?
She went one way. She got rat trapped, where you go one way and you can't come back the same way.
where's the book?
You have it.
Tucked underneath my thing without
32 Northwest.
We make our way past the stacked luggage in the hallway to find... Wait, hold on. 30... Wait, what?
32.
You said 32.
32 Northwest.
No, I said 23.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, it's upside down, which is why I'm confused.
No, it's
Sorry.
surprising because that has an entry.
Don't worry
32.
That's
about it.
interesting. Don't worry about it.
So
Don't worry about it.
2...
2, 3. That's the Royal Academy. That's not right.
23 Northwest, Richard Camp.
It's red.
Well,
Hold on.
he's a technical director.
But that's the school. It's the Royal Academy.
Probably for naval officers? I don't know.
That doesn't
Yeah,
make sense.
23 Northwest.
Really?
Weird.
Yeah, camp.
Yeah, maybe he's a teacher there. He teaches them how to use the guns.
23 Northwest. What the fuck?
Yeah, there's an entry for 23.
Interesting. Yeah, he shares an address with the Royal Academy.
That's weird.
No, he must live there.
Weird.
Yeah, interesting. We find Richard Camp in the sitting room of his bachelor apartment, nursing a cold and looking thoroughly miserable.
Oh, he
As
was
he
sick.
pours a spoonful of Dr. Sarie's magic elixir, he seizes with a fit of sneezing, causing the liquid to spill down his front shirt.
Ew.
Blast! He curses. He flings a spoon across the room and takes a slug straight from the bottle. Ill health puts me in an ill temper, he says in a way of apology. We're sorry to inconvenience you, but we would like to ask you a few questions. Would you tell us why you were removed from project number 10? Lord Raglan simply assigned me elsewhere. Since project number 10 was well along, he felt I would be more useful in other areas. He also
That's not what
mentioned...
Raglan told us.
He also mentioned that my visits to the French embassy were being misrepresented in some quarters. And perhaps it would be a political move.
Latte.
Your visits to the French embassy? I'm secretly engaged to the daughter of the vice consult.
That's who the picture's of.
Her father is a most difficult man. Her uncle Emile Zobar is sympathetic to us. Since I work for an arms company and he's a military attaché, my visits there are ostensibly to see him. Both Mr. Allen and Lord Raglan are well aware of the real reasons for my visits. Did you ever discuss Project Number 10 with Monsieur Zobar? No, I would never. And where were you on the evening of March 9th? I met up with Antoinette, my fiancée, at Rule's. We had quite a long dinner. After that, I escorted her back to the embassy. As I met her uncle on the way out, he thanked me for the gift I had given on his last birthday. A box of Bonds and Hound Imperials, his favorite brand. But he added...
B&H.
But he added these little favors that... these little favors would not save me if I made his favorite niece cry. His face had the face that he had that very moment sent chills down my spine. Well, thank you for your time and help, Mr. Count. We wish you a speedy recovery. Okay, so...
B&H, were they cigars, though?
Imperials, probably.
The Imperials.
Because we found a cigarette.
Interesting.
So I think that's meant to be a red herring. Otherwise, I would say... Now, interestingly enough, I knew I recognized the name Zobar. Emile Zobar placed 9th in the shooting competition.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up too. The Zobar, he also was part of the military conference on the backside. If you look at the backside, his name's also mentioned as part of the arms, or the guns fair.
Arms trade.
The arms trade fair, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Kat, you need to stop playing with that.
So we have the French embassy, we have the Russian contact, we have the German lover. I'm just trying to think about what extra interests there are, because right now it's definitely clear that this company has a lot of international interests, and because of the importance of Project 10 and how it's being exclusive to England, the fact is that it definitely could be just a political hit and to try to get it. Ultimately, though, the meeting was to meet up with the Russians, so that makes me think the Russian and Alexei Marikov puts it higher on the list of things that Raglan could have worked with, right?
Yeah, I still think that he had to have been killed by somebody in the company. Or at least somebody who informed somebody else of his whereabouts.
I mean, he also could have been just... Because Raglan could have been in the alley with him, and the guy hiding could have been still hiding, right?
I think Linhart would have told us about a visit from Raglan that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was alone. Sure, Raglan told us that, but...
Raglan told us what?
That if he said that he wasn't there, and that the brute wouldn't have taken us if I was there as well, because then there'd be two people to tackle.
Well, how did you lose a brute?
It doesn't. I'm paraphrasing.
He
didn't say brute, but he said person.
Well, can we go back to the way he phrased it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way he phrased it could be important.
Concession to Egan, but Egan had an issue with it. B&H printed on the cigarette in gold leaf. The cigarette had to have been Raglan's. I would be shocked if it's not.
B&H?
Yeah.
I mean, Imperials are a type of...
Are they a type of cigarette or a type of cigar?
There's also the fact that the cigarette at the scene had pinched ends, which indicates it had to have been in a cigarette holder.
That's a good point.
Perhaps the thief would have thought.
If I had, perhaps the thief would have thought twice before tackling the two of us. He's playing off the fact that it was written off as a thief.
Yeah.
So that's public information. He is very careful with his stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Earnhardt would have said that he had Raglan had visited.
I mean, I think we have. We have the person responsible,
but we don't have the shooter.
Yeah.
We could always take the cigarette to the shop and get confirmation on what exactly it is, because we were unclear.
Oh, that's right. Hold on. Wait, if it's a company, it might have an address.
It definitely has an address. B&H, I don't remember, because the dude 23 Northwest is when he tells us specifically the name of the brand.
Bond and Hound.
Bond and Hound? Okay.
Yeah. And that's the same as the entry we just read. Are we...
Yeah, Bonds and Hounds, 16 Northwest.
So are we reading this one? Because I would like to say that Imperial's Richard Camp's on this list. Because we're gonna sit. That's why I confirmed we were going to read this, right?
No, you didn't even wait for us to confirm.
I was asking if we could go there.
Someone said yes.
We already know that Richard Camp bought it from there because he told us that he went there.
Apologies, my bad. I misinterpreted the yes.
No one said yes.
Okay.
Did you not just say yes?
I mean, Albert might have muttered it, but I was just sort of like, oh yeah, it's a place we can go.
Yeah, we were asking if we could go there, not that we were going there.
Okay. Then I definitely misinterpreted because someone didn't hear me say, so we are going here, right?
I didn't hear you ask that even.
Okay.
Oh, it's Bonds and Hounds. It's not like Hounds, like I thought it was. Yeah, it's 16 Northwest.
That's Alan's our turn, right?
Yeah. And the biggest thing is that the reason why I didn't make a decision is because I was just sort of like thinking about like all that sort of, about like what's the next thing to do, because I was thinking of all the military interests, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, we can go check in on the cigarette now that we know more about it, and the fact that Richard Camp... No, I say we're going to Richard Camp. Yeah, because Albert took us here, I took us to Richard Camp, so it's done.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to... Because the thing is we don't know if if Imperial means that it's a cigar or a cigarette. That's
true.
I mean, a lot of these rolled, in this period of time, the difference is really interchangeable because of the fact that they all were hand rolled.
Do you pinch the ends of a cigar though?
No. It's pinched because it was clamped inside of a case.
It wouldn't just be one end.
Yeah, it says both ends.
Hey, what's up? Was it unburnt?
Hello, Real Gaviola. How are you doing today, friend?
Was it an unburnt cigarette?
No. The end was... I think the end was pinched because it was put into the cigarette holder that Ragland used.
He did use a cigarette holder, yeah.
The long, thin thing with the tapers off the end that you shove a cigarette into and that you use that extends it for some reason. That's why I think it's pinched, because it would have been pinched to be shoved into it.
No, on his body, I'm asking, was there just an unburnt cigarette on him?
No.
Then
there was a cigarette. No, there was a burnt cigarette with a pinched end in the shed that was right next to the body.
Okay.
Can someone remind me what the number is on that one? Was that 56 Northwest? No, that's... I'm missing that one.
It's 5 East... It's 5 EC. 5 East Central.
Yeah, his open palm reveals the remains of a cigarette. On it are the letters B&H in gold leaf. The tip end is pinched evenly all around. Which to me says that it was in a cigarette holder.
It seems likely to me.
Wait, in whose palm?
Wiggins.
Oh,
yeah, Wiggins found it in the shed.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he found the burnt remains of a cigarette in the shed.
Okay.
But it also ties in
Zabar.
Yeah, ties in Zabar, because Zabar could also use a cigarette holder. We haven't met the dude, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been.
But how would Zabar know? I guess he could have people hanging around the plant.
Could be a spy.
Yeah.
Well, how does he know that he comes through this side road?
Yeah, he wouldn't. Unless he asked, what's his face?
Yeah.
But I don't.
And if we're already thinking that Raglan's involved as well, Zabar just could be working with Raglan.
Because an Englishman did visit.
Mm-hmm.
Was at the meeting with the Russian.
I think
An
that's
Englishman in his 30s met with the Russian man.
Along with that other guy, Anthony Mariano.
No, they were separate meetings.
They were separate.
They were separate reservations.
It's like Mish something.
I think Anthony Mariano is probably a red herring.
It is. It's because it's a real person, and the only way we could determine, because we went to the Spaniard, we basically went, hey, anybody make reservations with the initials AM?
Yeah.
And that's how we got it, and we just happened to.
Here it is.
Mariano just happened to be
Alexander Mishkin and Anthony Mariano. Anthony Mariano had his reservation for 8:30. Which says to me that it could still have been
Mariano.
It still could have been Egan.
Oh, Egan.
I think that was Egan using a different name, using somebody else's name that he knew. Now, I think the only way that we could confirm that, though, is to meet with Anthony and see if Anthony matches the description. Because the innkeeper gave us a description for Mariano.
Yeah.
Sorry, you came in like the middle of like an intense investigation. We're trying to solve a murder right now.
You want his address?
I'm still thinking. I also need to pee.
Wait, so okay. So Mariano was also an Englishman in his 30s. But he's saying that Mariano was joined by someone else.
Yes. That's the confounding thing.
So that sounds like to me that Mariano was doing a separate thing. Because he wasn't in the. Alan was right. He wasn't in the same meeting.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
But his scheduled meeting was at 8:30.
Yeah.
With Egan on the same day.
Yeah, and it didn't say where, so that's why Don's thinking that the 8:30 importance could have been using the same location.
Yeah, I think it could have been. I think I'm being successful.
Which one was the Spaniard Inn again? Which entry?
5
no.
Southwest.
34 Southwest.
34 Southwest.
I think. I didn't write down which ones are which.
It was 25.
25 Southwest? Yeah, 34 was Alexi's.
Yeah, Alexi's house that we didn't able to get into.
Two gentlemen, private rooms on the evening. Some days ago. About the same age as the Englishman, 30-ish. Shoots the eyes, right?
That's the description of Mariano.
Okay. It also ate alone was joined by another man, so a different man. So there's two people meeting. So if one's Egan, who's the other one, right? Because Egan was supposed to meet with Alan, but I'm sure that this person would have been like, yeah, it's the same dude that showed up for both meetings, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was the same dude who showed up for both meetings.
Yeah.
It could just be a coincidence. I'm not necessarily saying that we have to go there. It doesn't. Egan's meeting, I don't think matters.
I'm in Albert's camp of I think Mariano's a red herring. Or at least it's not worth our visit yet.
I'm also not sure if Camp was involved. I don't know if he's healthy enough to walk all the way over and shoot someone and walk
It was
back.
several days ago. He could be sick because of that. It could have been like, I don't know, raining or something.
Yeah, there's an occasion that it was raining, but yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah. But like... He's mad because he was taken off the cave?
No, he wasn't, because that was a prearranged thing. Because the only thing that he said was that it wasn't Alan Courtney that took him off. It was in fact Lord Raglan. Lord Raglan took off the project, even though Lord Raglan and everyone else said that it was Courtney. So Raglan moved him moved him off of the project and so that he could work on and be in his relationship without causing political problems for the company.
According to Camp, that's what happened. Ragland, however, told us that he removed Camp from the thing because Egan had an issue with him.
Yeah, I mean,
so there's conflicting information here is the thing, and the question is who's telling the truth.
I mean, I think they still might both because Ragland still could have moved him over because of the political reasons, even you know what I mean, because of his engagement with
And he told us that maybe he's trying to cast suspicion on Egan, so we think that Egan's the one who killed him.
Yeah, I don't think we can trust.
Egan hasn't really come up other than he's the guy who's going to receive this design, so why would Egan kill him?
I don't think we can trust the Lord.
I don't think we can trust Ragland either.
Yeah.
But
should we be trusting anyone?
But
especially
it's,
not
But it's
Ragland.
important that Ragland told us conflicting information with somebody else, because it means one of those two is lying.
Yeah.
The question is why.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ragland is lying.
Yeah.
And that isn't necessarily because Ragland is the murderer. It could be because he's the murderer. Or it could be because he's trying to protect Camp from like the political indications. Or it could be because he is the murderer and he's trying to cast suspicion on Egan.
Just because the shed was 5 feet away doesn't mean that he couldn't have come from the shed. What I'm thinking is that he came out, they were having a conversation, and then he shot him.
Or he met him there, shot him, and then hid in the shed afterwards.
That's it.
I think the constable's just an idiot for thinking that he hid there and burst out.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have just been waiting there. Like, he's like, you know what? I got some time to kill before he leaves. I'm just gonna smoke, and then he comes out and he's like, all right, let's do this.
The person wouldn't have burst out and then shot him and then run away. Regardless, that is an impossibility considering the thing. Now, what could have happened is he was waiting. Ragland was waiting for Alan to come out. Alan came out. Ragland came out, and Alan was like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And Ragland got close enough to shoot him because Alan trusted him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he was confused why he was there or why he came out of a shed, he would have been trusted enough to get close.
Yeah.
Also, 3 feet isn't terribly far.
2 feet. It was 2 feet.
Well, no, 3
5
feet
to
to close the distance.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
That's not very far.
Especially with arm's length. That's like you just have to take like 2 steps.
Ragland could be a shooter.
Yeah. But the thing is that like.
Yeah, I'm not sure like how much it wants us to find. Like, does it want us to find the murder weapon? I don't think so.
No, like Jared was saying, we don't need too much evidence. I think we just need to be confident in our accusation.
Like,
it is Ragland.
Yeah.
I think we have enough information to go to Holmes if we wanted to.
Is there like once we go to Holmes, does that end it?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It asks us a couple questions, and we get points for this.
And based off of whether or not we're able to answer them.
And we don't know what questions he's going to ask.
Yeah. We have a pretty good idea of like what's going on, though.
Yeah, because we've determined these things. We will check the questions when we do. We've determined these things.
Mm-hmm.
I still think Ragland did it.
Mm-hmm.
His exact reasons are a little muddy, but I know that he stood to gain monetarily from it.
Mm-hmm.
Because of stocks.
Because of stocks, and he might have sold it to Alexei.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless, he then met with Alexei Meshkov.
Under the alias of Alex whatever.
Alexander Mishkin.
Yeah, Alexander Mishkin is Alexei's alias, yes. He went in and met with Meshkov when Alan was supposed to.
Yeah.
Now the questions are, why was Courtney Allen supposed to meet with Meshkov?
Yeah, that's interesting too.
That is interesting.
Now the question is, I think someone was trying to sell it to Meshkov. Someone was trying to sell it to the Russians. The question is, was Courtney Allen selling it to the Russians? Ragland found out and decided to intervene? Or did Ragland take it to sell it to Meshkov because he wanted to?
Was the book found on his personal planner?
The planner? It was. Ooh, that's a good question. Was it in the briefcase or on his person?
It was on his person.
In the envelope.
Yes.
That is the one thing we could.
The handwriting. The planner was put. The handwriting in the planner is from his secretary, right?
Or his. Doesn't really matter.
Well, no, it tells us when we were talking to him.
Like, is this
initially.
a fake?
Oh, wait. Yeah, because...
There was no surprise.
Well, no. The secretary didn't know about the meeting of Captain Egan. So this is Alan's handwriting.
Well, it says in the text somewhere that someone compares the handwriting, right?
Yeah, it said that they compared the handwriting from this to the notes, from the notebook to the notes, and it's the same handwriting.
Oh, okay.
They said that specifically that it's the same handwriting. But Linhart also did say that he wrote things on the calendar. Is this the calendar that he's referring to? That's what I want to know. Because you bring up an interesting point.
Because Linhart didn't know about the meeting with Egan.
Yeah. So if that's the case and he didn't know about the meeting with Egan, that means that we won't be able to get the...
Then either he's lying that he didn't know about the meeting with Egan, or this is in fact Alan's journal and he has nothing to do with it. It's one of the two.
Yeah. Another reason I'm asking is because the note could have just been put in there after the fact, right?
Yeah.
Because you bring up a really good point, Don, of... Is Alan selling Project 10 to Russian interests, or
I think that's our one open question right now, and I'm just trying to think of where would we go to look to try to find that answer.
I think that his romantic interest might shed some light on that.
That's a good point.
Especially
if his romantic interest is also foreignly involved.
She's also a foreign dignitary of some sort, or someone with power.
Why would she know?
I mean,
maybe he sold
his meeting with Captain Egan also was kept a secret. He didn't tell Linhart about his meeting with Captain Egan.
So we could check with Captain Egan to try to find out why they were meeting. We could check with the Countess to see if she knows anything about Alan selling the project. We could check the Russian embassy, I don't think the Spanish embassy has anything to do with it anymore. So we established the Spaniard referred to the bar, and I don't think there is a Russian embassy.
There is.
We could check the Russian embassy
for Alexei. Regardless, we're not going to get any information out of Meshkov.
No,
I don't think so.
We've already gone there.
We might see something, though. We might see the briefcase that the innkeeper talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Russian embassy.
Well, we didn't see that same briefcase at
camp or with Raglan.
Yeah.
There's a Russian social club.
We haven't mentioned that, though. So.
Well, no, but it's a good place to go if you want to know the ins and outs of the various Russian dignitaries. And assuming this game works the way I think it is, going there might actually be a good way to learn more about Mirkov.
Yeah, Alexei.
Meshkov.
This is not a good song for this.
This is too cheerful.
It's the fucking can again.
It is the can. Alright. Oh, God. I forgot whose turn it was.
Mine.
Oh, okay.
I'm wondering if there's other, is there the Spanish social club?
Do we go to the bishop to inquire about his meeting?
Mm-hmm.
Do we skip that and go straight to the Countess?
I think we're running the same problem that we ran into getting into high-end people's establishments. I think we're going to run the same problem.
We didn't have a problem getting in.
No, getting into, what's his name? Because if we do circumvent the bishop to potentially meet with his lover, then that would mean going over to the high end of town to meet up with her personally. And last time we tried doing that, we were scoffed off by a security guard.
He didn't speak English.
Yeah.
The Countess is going to speak English if she's having an affair with an Englishman. Mm-hmm. Unless he knows French. And also, I think we have
She's German.
German.
Remember Auf Wiedersehen?
Yeah. Kind of curious what Alfederschnick
It means goodbye.
does it.
Yes.
Oh.
You don't know goodbye? People say it all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Clearly, someone doesn't watch enough Kiara on Hollow.
Oh.
Okay, so we could go to the bishop, we could go to the countess, go to Egan, or we could go to the cigarette shop.
Yeah, cigarette shop. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's our other.
I don't know if that would really bring us any. The only other thing we'd probably say is like the most recent people who bought it, but
I don't think it matters.
There's like brand loyalty with it.
I'm kind of the mind of right now, the one question we have open is why was Alan meeting with Meshkov?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which we haven't been able to determine because we haven't been able to meet with Meshkov.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So the Russian social club is suddenly looking a bit more attractive. Even though it's kind of a Hail Mary.
Or if the mistress knew anything about it.
Yeah.
I highly doubt it.
Yeah. If she were like from Russia, I'd be more inclined to be like, perhaps.
I mean, she might.
He is a successful businessman, which means he probably is not in the habit of sharing proprietary information with his lovers.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would no longer be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we could try the Russian embassy, or we could try the Russian social club, depending if that's the case. If we want to dig more into why was he selling in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I need to pee before I can make any decisions.
Yeah. I think either of those Russian ones are our bigger hits to try and solve this question, because the cigarette store is meant to point us at Ragland.
Yeah,
or Camp.
Or Camp, because Camp has also bought one recently for his.
But we know why he was buying it, so
so we circumvented that.
Yeah.
And Raglan has it because he smokes it.
Yeah.
So that definitely seems like if we would have played this originally, I feel like that would have been too easy a get, right?
Mm-hmm.
We would have gotten the fact that there was a cigarette on scene.
And then
we would have gone there. And then we would have gone to Raglan.
Both of their names.
And then that would have been too easy a get, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like that means that that's a huge red herring.
I think we also don't even know that Holmes is going to ask us
About the cigarette.
about
we met.
about the. Yeah, I might not even ask us about Michigan. It's kind of interesting to know, though. I'm kind of curious.
Yeah.
I think the game wants to reward us for being curious about these things too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just to find cause for why he was going there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because on the one hand, I find it like hard to believe that he would want to be selling this away. On the other hand, it's like, well, maybe he just didn't like Egan, or Egan was being too demanding, and he's like, fuck it, we got some good ass turrets, let's just sell them to someone else who will buy them. But I don't know.
Yeah. Also, Egan's also has an address, so we wanted to go talk to him.
Yeah, but I don't think he's in this.
I mean,
he was already like lined up to get.
Egan knew about Project 10, didn't he?
Because he was the one getting them.
Yeah,
exactly. So if that's the case, then he can shed more light onto the security concerns that they were having.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And then he might also have more information about potential buyers and sellers.
I feel like if he knew who the buyers and sellers were, or potential, he'd be like, I don't know. They would keep a bigger eye on people for those factions.
Yeah.
I feel like Egan is another path to show us that Raglan likes to lie.
I don't know. I'm feeling that Egan is a way that we can try to ascertain more information about the sale.
Yeah, this is true.
Okay. All right.
All right, inspired by your restroom break?
Yes.
There'll be primary questions and secondary questions. Holmes only answers and scores the primary questions, whereas you guys score both sets.
Okay. All right. Meshkov skipped town. He's not in town anymore because he already has the plans.
Oh, yeah, that's
They had
what
identical briefcases, so they swapped.
Interesting. Yeah.
The question still stands: why was Alan supposed to?
Don't.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
I
not-
need this.
Yeah, that's not a break. It's not a non-breakable one.
I'm sorry.
Fuck, I forgot what I was saying.
My pencil.
I just filled in the things.
I forgot what I was saying.
You were saying
They
that
swapped briefcases.
they swapped
The shots
briefcases.
get gone.
Alexi skipped town.
Why was Courtney Allen meeting with Meshkoff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still don't know why he was supposed to meet with Meshkoff.
Yeah. So I guess Egan might know about that, but I feel like he'd be really pissed if he did know. But I don't know.
Social club with the embassy. Maybe the mistress knows because she's probably well connected.
We also have contacts
Yeah,
with
that's what I'm looking
Scotland Yard and shit, right?
I don't know if any of her contacts are gonna.
Well,
point us in the
he's
right
the
direction.
arms manufacturer. Of course, Scotland Yard is going to have some.
Well,
Mycroft might know.
there is a
Mycroft. That's a good point.
central carriage depot, meeting point for London cab drivers. If he skipped town, he probably took a cab.
I don't think so.
Source of information on movement of suspects, but it's not necessarily a suspect.
Mycroft is a good point.
Because he knows things relating to politics and government. So if there was some sort of deal, it's very possible that he might know about it.
But I feel like Mycroft is just gonna know like surface level stuff.
Either way, we should make decisions quicker.
Yeah. Do we have enough information to just go for it?
I think so.
I think
I personally don't think so, because after going through and actually thinking about the actual order that these were intended to be discovered, we know nothing. Because most people obviously go to the crime scene, and then from there you get the cigarettes, right? And then from there you can go to the cigarette manufacturer, and then from there you get the names of Campbell and what's his name, and then you
Ragland.
Lord Ragland, and then you go to talk to both of those, and then you make your assumption. So like that's only like 3-4 steps. So
I think there's multiple ways to get at the same answer.
yeah, I don't know. That's the reason why I'm sort of like there must be something deeper to this. And the fact that we don't know what the bigger forces at play, meaning the foreign interests, we don't know what they're after. That has me thinking that there's something, and there's a cover up that we haven't noticed yet.
Okay. And I mean, if there is a cover up, Mycroft's gonna know.
I don't know if he's worth a visit.
I don't really think he is. There's also like criminal underground, but this is a Russian government official who works at an embassy. I don't think he'd be connected too much or too openly with the underground.
Where had I seen Murray somewhere else?
Yeah, the coroner in his turn of phrase.
No, well, there was somebody. I had seen a Murray,
Oh.
and I was like, why is there a reference to Murray? And I was told it was that. But Murray is one of our... Oh. Maybe he was saying that it was given to that crazy Murray because it was given to the criminologist.
Perhaps.
Well, rip.
I mean,
Because Murray's the
Yeah.
criminologist. He analyzes all items and substances found during the case.
yeah,
Oops.
that works too.
Well, at least now we know that. If he ever says that again, we're very confused.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth a visit anymore.
We're great detective guys.
There's just a lot of names. Is
Yeah.
the problem.
I mean, to
We
be
have literally a
fair,
city's worth of people.
to be fair, Murray is also British slang.
Yeah.
So.
I wonder if Pike would know something. The gossip person, the gossip monger. Okay. I think if we're going to follow up on the the mistress, we go straight to her and not to Bishop's.
Okay.
Because I think Bishop is going to tell us that
Who
it's
it
her.
is.
Yeah.
Her address is 51 Southwest.
You guys want to go and talk to her?
Your call.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you guys think that we're ready to just go forward. And
Oh
just
God,
call
no!
the case.
I don't think we're close at all.
I mean, I think we know who did it,
Yeah.
which technically speaking might be all that we need to know.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have three options. We talk to the mistress to see what she knows, because she's probably well connected. We go to the Russian embassy or the social club to see if we can find anything else on Alexei, or we just go to Holmes and tell him we found the murderer.
You know what? I'm actually inclined to say that we go talk to Meshkov. The social club is a possibility, but I feel like it might be too far removed and it might not be relevant. But the embassy would be able to tell us for sure if he left.
Yeah. Okay.
I had the Russian embassy open right here.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the embassy because I don't think the mistress is going to give us anything.
We could also search his office at the embassy if we get lucky.
Yeah, so the Russian embassy is located at 56 Southwest, or 54 Southwest.
Where technically are we now?
We're here.
Hell, maybe
You said
he's
54?
got-
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
54 Southwest.
I'm just gonna mark down our path. Whee! Okay.
54 Southwest.
Mhm.
All right, we're finally reading something.
Yeah.
Sorry, we just spent a lot of time discussing. All right. At the Russian embassy, we are escorted into the office of Alexei Meshkov, military attaché. His massiveness is not obscured by his desk. He is friendly, chatty almost. My government is very, very interested in the new naval gun being developed by Grants. That I cannot deny. He's not supposed to know about it.
Yeah.
Yup.
We have done business with Mr. Allen's company in the past and have always been satisfied. The Tsar, may God preserve him, has very large borders to defend as well as a large fleet to arm. But we are a patient people. I point to the Balkans as an illustration of that fact. We will wait until the British government deigns to allow Grant Arms to sell us the new gun. As Meshkov finishes speaking, there's an unexpected clatter behind the desk. Ah, thank you, young man, he says to Wiggins, who retrieves his cane, which had slipped down from the edge of the desk of its own volition. Meshkov pats his thigh and explains, an affair of honor some years ago, although not too many years ago, he laughs. As my adversary fell forward, shot dead through the heart, his pistol went off accidentally, much as the cane just slipped off the desk. Unfortunately, the ball found my leg. Sir, would you mind telling us where you were on the evening of March 9th? Meshkov tilts back his head and laughs heartily. Of course not, my friends. I attended a performance at Covent Garden Theatre and was there all evening. So since we have nothing more to ask, we thank him and take our leave.
Also, people would like to know what kind of games we played.
Oh, all types of board games.
Board game.
We're a variety streamer, so we play a lot of board games, or mostly board games. We also do some video games.
Yeah.
Hello, Kiki Binky. How you doing, friend?
But as a general rule of thumb, we prefer non-competitive sort of co-op type board games.
So we didn't skip town. But, I mean, you could have just sent the case with someone.
Mm-hmm.
So, wait, which one was it?
I think it's 54. I think it's a red herring that his adversary died in a similar manner to Alan.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that he knows about the project when it was supposed to be what was supposed to be kept a bit more secret than that.
I think that the reason that
Oh, and thank you for the follow, by the way.
Oh.
Sorry, we're very embroiled in figuring this out right now.
I think the reason that Courtney Allen was talking to Meshkov is because they were trying to arrange a sale legally once the British government allowed them to do it.
Yeah, I think Meshkov was just trying to get the information.
Mm-hmm.
And then Lord Raglan was like, I'll give it to you now.
Yeah.
Shot him. I think that's what's going on here.
I think so too.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love Pandemic. We actually have Pandemic Normal and Pandemic Legacy Season 0 right there. We're playing through Season 0 right now. On Sundays we're playing games of it. So if you want to check that out, it's really cool. If you've played like legacy games or anything, it's one of those. So it's like a story based sort of thing. And if you wanted to see it, but you wanted to catch it from the beginning, we have all of our replays up on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we also have seasons 1 and 2 played through. So if you already played through one of those and you want to see someone else do it.
Getting spooked. It's 12:22 and I'm sitting here watching a murder be solved.
Other thing that we haven't looked at, we have his residence.
Yeah, you're right. We haven't talked to.
We haven't looked at
talked to
his
his wife.
And also, this is also kind of harking back to Raglan. If we are wanting to look in more into him, we could go to the companies he has stocks in.
I don't think we... Oh, did we get the names?
Yeah, we got the name of the stocks. I have the addresses for them. So I don't know. I can't read my own handwriting. Redford and Jones Co. is 11 West Central. Duckett and Co. is 27 East Central. And then there's an iron manufacturer that I didn't grab when we were reading through it.
I don't think we need to go and talk to them because...
Chances are they're competitors.
They're competitors, and they would probably know of them. Somebody might be able to be like, "Oh, Ragland was here," but I don't think I don't think it'll help us.
I mean, it might discount Dick Allen being part of this. Because remember, my thing is that I think that he wouldn't know about doing more stock stuff if Richard wasn't part of it. But if we go to those companies and they shed some light on Ragland's character, then that might bring some more in. But it is a long shot. Going to just reading these company names and just shooting a shot in the dark and going to the company itself is always going to be tricky.
If we had all the time in the world and we weren't penalized for going to too many places, I would be all with you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we get more points for answering questions right than the amount of time.
We lose 5 points for every excess lead we follow.
I think we've got it.
I think we know who did it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with going to Holmes if everyone else is. I think we have enough information.
My answer, the only question that I was concerned about was why he did that. But now that we've talked to Alexei himself, I think that answers a few of our questions.
Yeah.
There's still some outstanding things, but I don't think that we have the time to dig into it.
Yeah. Additionally, IRL time. It's 10:30.
Yeah, it is 10:30.
Our friend's birthday's going on, and we said we would play him afterwards.
Yeah, I just got so caught up in the game. I'm like, nothing matters except the game.
No, that's fair. It's just I'm pretty confident.
So we go to the back and look at the questions.
Hold on, let's look at the directions first. Also, how far are you into season 1 right now? By the way, how are you enjoying it? I would like to know.
Yeah, I think just in general, legacy games have a tendency to kick your ass kind of always in the middle. So,
yeah. Okay, so we go to the end to the questions. They are upright on the back.
Okay. So first series.
I think you're looking at the answers. Did you flip it upside down, or is that
it's
right
questions. Yeah, I flipped it upside down.
No, the upside down should be the solutions.
What's it?
Oh, questions and solutions are printed upside down. Okay, we're good.
Who killed Courtney Allen?
Ragland.
Why was he murdered?
To get the special project papers.
Yeah.
Specifically, probably to sell to the Russians.
What was the significance of the message found in Courtney Allen's notebook?
What message?
I guess it's the meeting, the AM.
Yeah.
I think
meeting with Alexei.
Yeah,
his meeting with the Russian interest.
Yeah, his meeting with Russian interest. What was the reason of Richard Camp's visit to the French embassy?
His fiance.
His fiance, yeah.
Okay, second series. Why was the tip of the cigarette found at the scene of the crime pinched all around evenly? Cigarette holder. Who was Courtney Allen's paramour at the time of his death?
The German
Countess von something,
yeah, the German. I can pull up her name, but I don't.
Von Schulenburg, I think.
Von Schulenburg, yeah.
What was special about the weapon used to kill Courtney Allen?
It was a very, very large
caliber. How could Wiggins easily make 10 pounds? The hat?
What?
I think that was just if we followed up on a specific lead.
Yeah.
Jared also said that the secondary questions are only really for us points. So how could he easily make £10?
The hat was worth £10. Sell the hat.
Yeah, sell. I think that the hat that he had is the same model as the hat that he bought. So yeah, selling his hat. Sure. Hold on. Solutions are in the envelope.
Yeah. So what's the next step after answering?
As soon as you think you've solved the case, you'll be faced with 2 series of questions. First, seconds, solutions. Holmes will detail for you the ways that you unravel the case. Score in the final section located in the envelope. You'll get the answers to the question. Tell your final score, then compare with Holmes.
Okay,
we'll look at the solutions.
We got some reading to do.
Real fast. Kinky also says we're loving it. I think we're in May with COVID. We stopped playing because of lockdown. I'm going to pick it up again when lockdown is done. Yeah. We all live together, which is why we're able to be here like this.
Safe.
Yeah, we all live together.
We've got a couple of pages here.
And we started season 2 as lockdown began, and that was not intentional. We had decided in advance, we're gonna start this in February, and lockdown started happening in March, so it was weird timing.
And it took us a while to get through it.
It's all in Holmes's voice, so Brandon is reading it.
Okay.
Did it in 4 leads.
Oof.
Damn it.
We are gathered once again at 221B Baker Street, comparing notes and discussing the case. Oh, well, I guess this isn't. No. Yeah,
Almost all of it's in Holmes's talk.
Trying to unravel its many threads when Holmes finally speaks. From the outset, it was obvious that the theft of Mr. Allen's wallet and watch was but a decoy for the perpetrator's real intent. In the first place, it is unlikely that a common criminal would have overlooked 2 valuable rings, and in the second, a simple theft would not be an explanation for the disappearance of the SP number 10 file that Billy prepared for Allen, and which no longer was in his briefcase.
Oh, so you went to the scene of the crime first, I guess. Yeah.
But the briefcase was found locked. This is Watson.
But the briefcase was found locked.
As far as we know, Allen locked it, and it remained so until you... Wait, who is this?
That's Sherlock stuff.
Okay. Remained so until you yourself... No, because Sherlock...
that's somebody else. I think that's Wiggins, probably.
As far as
no, maybe it's Watson.
I think it's Watson.
Yeah, as far as we know, Allen locked it and remained so until you yourself sprang it open. I might add that I was quite shocked at your adeptness at such larceny.
I think this one is...
This is Holmes.
To study the criminal is to acquire knowledge of criminal methods. In any case, the murderer must have opened it, as evidenced by the spread eagle position of the body and the placement of the briefcase with regard to it. As Allen was shot, his arms described an arc out and away from the body. The briefcase then appears to have been flung some distance, as indicated by the gouge in the leather caused by its scraping along the jagged cobbles. Yet it was found beside the body, and, more significantly, waist height, exactly the right position for the murderer to have retrieved it and brought it to the key on Allen's watch fob.
Continue that slowly.
Okay. Knowing that the contents of the folder were central to the murder, and that the codes stood for Special Project Number 10, a new naval gun for the Admiralty, it was a simple matter to cull 2 suspects from the customer lists of Bonds and Hans Imperial brand smokers. The cigarette found at the scene was, of course, a Bonds and Hans cigarette.
And then this one's Wiggins.
You must mean Count von Schulenburg and Emil Zobar, the military attaches from Germany and France.
Ventures Wiggins.
No, not at all. Remember, all technical data was kept at the Deverell Street Plant folder SP number 10, like the others in Allen's briefcase, contained only administrative data that would have been little or no use to a foreign power. It could, however, contain something that would be damaging to a company employee. Therefore, the 2 significant names on the Bonds and Hans list were those of Lord Ragland and Richard Camp.
So it's still Ragland. That's still you.
Captain Egan, quite unintentionally, went a long way towards clearing camp. A visit to the plant completed the job.
His visits to the French embassy were certainly suspicious, asserts Watson.
The photographs on his desk explain them perfectly. The church in the background was with the unfinished towers is the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame is the school.
The school, sorry. Mr. Kemp's lady love is French and lives at the French embassy. Further, I suspect that the lady has some familial relationships to Emile Zobar. The Bonds and Hans Imperials purchased by Mr. Kemp, a cigar smoker, was intended as a gift for Monsieur Zobar.
I would have bet that Emile was the killer. Damn. Wow. Damn Frenchies? What
Okay.
the fuck, Watson?
Cool.
Jeez.
Good job. Good job, game.
By the process of elimination, then, Lord Ragland is our man.
But why? What was the damaging information in the folder?
From the cryptic wires sent to Egan and the note concerning Spaniards by Allen, which, by the way, explains why a note signed AM was in Allen's handwriting, Allen must have made a copy of the note he left for Raglan and kept it in his notebook. From this, it is clear that Raglan was selling Special Project Number 10 to a foreign power. Whatever evidence Allen had was in the folder and about to be taken to Captain Egan.
Oh, so we mixed it up a little bit.
Okay.
I believe Mr. Allen went to the plant that morning to confront Lord Raglan with that evidence. When he intercepted the note, he saw a chance to catch Raglan and AM, Alexei Meshkov, military attaché at the Russian embassy, red-handed. He set up the meeting with Egan and was ready to pounce.
I was correct about him meeting with Egan at 8:30 at the same
yeah.
place. He was intending to hit both meetings. Yeah, cool.
Raglan, for his part, was either told of Allen's surprise visit and the intercepted note, or else he detected something amiss with the note itself. He probably waited during the day for the axe to fall, and when it didn't, he realized that Allen was playing a waiting game. He took up station in the alley, knowing that Allen would come that way, and shot him.
Holmes has solved this case by following 4 leads. He visited first the crime scene and the Grant Arm Company, then investigated... Oh, the crime scene doesn't count.
Oh.
Huh.
Okay, so we only did 7.
The crime scene is 5 easy.
Oh, you're right. Okay, never mind. And the Grant Arms Company. He then investigated the cigarette butt by going straight to its maker, which we didn't do. Then he met Captain Egan, which we also didn't do. Thanks to the name of the street obtained at the Grant Arms Company in the map of London, he went to Deverell Street Manufactory. His score is 100 points. Okay. So we did visit 8.
Yes.
Which means that we lose 20 points.
Okay, so we got an 80.
Well,
but we don't
know yet.
We have answered some of the secondary stuff. Well, I guess yeah.
All right. First series, Lord Raglan. We got that correct.
Cool.
So I'm just gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So we got that one right. He discovered that Lord Raglan was about to sell SP number 10 to a foreign power. Is that what we said? Why was he murdered?
To acquire the documents.
To acquire the documents.
Which is technically correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Raglan wanted to get those documents off of him. So I would rule that as correct.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
I would say like half right.
I don't know if we get half points.
Jared says, remember at this time, the British and the French have allied exactly 0 times in history.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that that's right.
Yeah.
I think that we were still correct. It's not entirely correct, but because he was still murdered specifically for the documents that he had, which is exactly why he was murdered.
Yeah.
Number 3, significance of the message found in Courtney Allen's book. It's where he was planning to meet up, because it says it's where the sale of SP-10 to Alexei Meshkov took place.
Yeah, I think we got that correct.
You think so? Because we said that's where the meeting with Alexei Meshkov was happening.
Yeah, and the way we the verbiage, if we're extruding, then yeah. If not, then we have to go back and say that the second one's wrong because we...
I think that they're still right, because it's not... Because I feel like we answered them more literally.
Yeah. We did. I think we got it.
Okay.
We were a little literal about it, but yeah.
Because that's where the meeting with Alexei Meshkov, where the handoff was supposed to take place. We did determine that.
Yeah.
4.
And then we nailed 4.
Yeah, we nailed 4. We knew that precisely.
What
because
was 4?
4 is what was the reason for Richard Camp's visits to the French embassy?
Oh yeah, because of his fiance.
Yeah.
So number 5 was why was the tip of the cigarette found at the scene of the crime pinched evenly? Because it was a cigarette holder,
Nailed
which is
it.
correct. Who was Courtney Allen's paramour? Countess von Schulenburg.
Nailed it.
Fredo Rudel apparently was her name. But we nailed that as well. Special about the weapon killed.
Brandon, teacher skills. Calculate appropriate partial credit. If they said the specific keyword that I'm looking for here, which was SP number 10A, that's why he's murdered.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
okay.
looking for keywords here.
It does say what was special about the weapon used to kill Courtney Allen. Our answer was that it was high caliber.
Yes.
So that this one was incorrect.
Yeah.
Because 7 was it was a weapon from the Grant Society.
We
did
had
not
no
get that.
idea.
We had no idea about that.
Yeah.
And then how could Wiggins easily? We said selling a hat. The answer was by returning the earring to Countess von Schulenburg. It was lost during her meeting with Allen at the Bishop's
Oh,
Dinner.
that's in the.
I did notice that in there, but I didn't. I didn't know that that's how.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he found that. So that was
Damn,
wrong.
that puts us at 90.
No, I don't know how many points.
Oh, wait, no.
No, it puts us at more than 90.
Oh yeah, we did nail
It puts
4.
It puts us at 120, which means that we subtract 20
yeah.
to hide him with 100 points.
In your face,
Nice.
Sherlock Holmes.
Suck my dick, Holmes. Man.
That's kind of awesome. I didn't realize you could get more than 100.
Yeah, because it's 25. It's 25 for each of the 4,
Uh-huh.
and we got all 4 of them right.
Uh-huh.
And then we got 10 and 10 and 0 and 0, which puts us at 120. And then we solved it in 8 leads instead of the 4, which subtracts 20 points, which means 100
We tied
points.
him at
and we
100. That's hilarious.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
If you followed more leads than Holmes, subtract 5 points from your score for each extra lead. If you followed fewer leads than Holmes, add 4 for each fewer. Thus, you'll get your final score.
Nice.
Cool. A nice even.
Can I see it? I'm just curious.
Like a great
Meets.
a great starting benchmark for the first and easiest case.
Are we treating this like AC? Is it a roll off? What is? Do we add initiative score?
So things that we have learned from this is, holy shit, we need to move faster.
Yeah.
We need to pare down what leads we're going to follow, because we need to follow as few as possible while still getting the correct stuff. But that being said, by going to the right places later on, we can still get the extra points in the end, because those would have given us those extra answers. If we had gone to the Bishop's Finger, we would have got 10 additional points, and we would have beat him with 110 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I had just read the earring thing, and I thought that was interesting.
Well, we would have lost 5 points for the extra lead, but
Oh, you're right. We would have gotten.
I mean, it still would have beaten him by 5.
10. Yeah.
They give you the extra points because they know people will follow red herrings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this game's really fun.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking that it wouldn't. Holmes wouldn't be able to do it in 4, but I guess that does make sense because you can do the huge jumps.
The next thing that I was going to say that we learned is we got to visit the crime scene first.
Yeah.
First things first is the crime scene. 'Cause
Well,
if we'd started at the crime scene, we probably would have followed a slightly different path.
We
Yeah.
would
That
have
being
done
said-
it in a few less, I think.
But I think we would have gotten fewer of the bonus questions.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't think that we would have been able. The only one that really kind of pissed me off, one of the visits we did, is going directly to his house. Didn't get anything out of that.
Oh, Alexi?
Oh, to
Yeah,
Alexi's,
going
yeah.
to Alexi's house. Yeah.
Yeah, that upset me too. That we weren't able to talk to him. Although, to be fair, we probably should have gone to the embassy first.
I
You
don't
care for
know.
racing this?
Yeah, okay.
Let's take a picture of it, just for shits and giggles.
I forgot where that went.
It was on.
It's Baker Street.
Baker Street.
Oh,
Yeah, because this is point 0.
Also, probably erase things that we don't need, like the keys.
Yeah, because we didn't go to Keen's
Or at the
and Bishop's
Allen residence.
and the Allen residence.
Yeah. It's true.
I hope Dorian's still awake. I feel bad that we took longer than we were supposed to. And Bishop's. Cool. I realized that the map is upside down and our notes are right side up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's fine. And also shiny.
I
I think we did really well, yeah.
Yeah.
We tied
How
with
long
the
would
break.
this have taken? Like 2 days?
I think we could have done it in 24 hours.
We could have done it in 24
In a
hours.
day,
Yeah.
yeah.
We started in the morning.
If we started in the morning.
Probably ended around like.
And like didn't sleep.
No.
Well,
we
I think
done
we would have
until
finished
8
it
p.m.
by the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah. Because we determined it takes about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours to get across town, right?
Just about.
So 2.
Are you calculating lunch?
I think we had lunch while we were out.
So that's like an hour 45
go.
minutes, and then that's another hour.
If we went to 8 and we assume an hour each way, then that's 8 hours. So even if we add in extra time.
Well, here's the thing though: so we went boom, boom, boom.
But again, we had 8 leads if we assume an hour between each. If I'm saying 8 hours, some of them were way closer than that too.
Sure, right.
So I think 8 to 10 hours is a safe estimate. So 12. If we assume 12 hours, we could have easily done this from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. We could have gotten this done in a
I'm
day.
gonna have to walk in my dark room.
You'll be fine, I promise.
All right. Let's. Good game. I really like this.
Yeah, I gotta go to the restroom.
Can I help you?
No, I'm just looking around.
I need to stop playing
I'm
with your
gonna
ruler.
take this downstairs where you can't touch it anymore.
I'm sorry.
It was fun.
It's bendy. I like bendy things.
Now I've realized a problem with this. We've effectively started another legacy game.
Yeah, that's all right.
Sort of.
I guess we kind of have like our schedule then now. What are we doing? Are we doing Pandemic on Sundays and Sherlock on Wednesdays?
Fridays.
Well,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, gotcha,
But we
gotcha.
swap things around.
I don't think we necessarily have to make this a weekly thing to go through it. I kind of want to savor the other
9 cases.
9 cases. Yeah, I kind of want to space it out.
If we do it on Wednesdays, it's Warder Wistery Wednesday.
Warder Wistery Wednesday.
Warder Wistery Wednesdays. Should use to pick up and put down.
Yeah. That was fun though. I liked that.
Mhm.
I liked that a lot. I think the classical music was a good call, however annoying it's been.
Mm-hmm. It's been difficult at times.
Yeah.
It's just
Alright.
the audio balance is a little wonky.
Do you guys want to shuffle over?
Sure.
So
Yeah, I mean we're ending soon though, yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
And I didn't necessarily mean like shuffle chairs, but
I'll sit on
just
2
like,
chairs.
Okay, just more evenly spread ourselves out since Alan's away. Wow, that was awesome. I had a lot of fun with that.
Mm-hmm. These newspapers are neat.
I want to read. I need to read the rest of that.
All right, I'll leave this over there.
I also kind of want to read through all the other leads. Can we close that? I kind of want to read through all the other leads as well, just out of like curiosity, because they don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, Steinways. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm gonna read this afterwards, not right now.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We had a really good time doing this. I liked this a lot. I know that it might not have been the most exciting thing to watch, but did you guys enjoy working through this? If not, then we
I'm
don't
just gonna grab this ball.
have to do it on stream again. We could do this as a YouTube series if we wanted to.
If you feel like you could do it better, or do some of the other cases better and want to do it beforehand so you know the answers, this is the box.
Apparently, there's more too.
Yeah.
Like this is just box 1.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that this exists, I'm like, yes,
Yep.
I want this. I
Sure,
want to do
cool.
more of this. This is awesome. I love murder mysteries. I love murder mysteries. I love it, but I can follow in my own copy. That's totally fair.
This is for people who haven't played it yet and are like, you know what? I like that. That was neat. I want to do this with my own friends.
It's really cool.
I want to see how dumb they are.
This is a really, really good idea. The way that they laid this all out is really interesting. It's innovative. This is very unique for a board game.
Mm-hmm.
It is extraordinarily unique.
Why am I smiling?
I totally feel you. I think
it's time to go to bed, Kale, so you can get some sleep and try and restore some sanity.
It's true. You do need to restore sanity by sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we gotta figure out where we're gonna go after this.
Mm-hmm.
How did you guys like it?
I enjoyed it. It was fun. I'm concerned on how bad the escape room is going to just destroy us.
Yeah, take sanity pills. Hello, Flowers for Aragon.
Hello.
From 1991. Really?
Really?
Hmm? Yeah, it won the big award the year it was released.
I'm not seeing
I guess this is a reprint probably.
Oh, okay. Of course.
Hey, you guys want to head up Silver Metal?
Yeah.
Sounds good. This is neat. Yeah, good night, Unhealthy Kale.
Yeah.
Yeah, good night. Thank you for hanging out with
this for as long as you did. We appreciate it. This was a lot of fun. I had a blast doing this, actually. Obviously, updated version, but the original was whaled. That's fascinating. That's really cool. This is very well done. I see why it won an award. I like that the company's is called Space Cowboys. Just by the way. Anyways, yeah, this was a lot of fun. If you guys enjoyed it, then yeah, we'll keep playing it. I want to keep playing it.
Can we see what the next case's name is?
Yeah, sure.
Just as a teaser for next time eventually.
Are we gonna do this again next week, or do you want to play something else? I mean, I guess we don't have to make that decision now.
No, we'll see.
Case 2, the Tin Soldier.
The Tin Soldier.
Neat.
Interesting. Cool. Yeah. But thank you guys for hanging out with us. We did go a little bit over, but that's totally okay. We had a good time with this. I really enjoyed it.
Next time we play this, though, we should definitely read the newspaper before even going through the brief.
Yeah, I think we have to read all of this in advance before we start playing.
Yeah, and then we can look it over. Because I think the newspaper specifically is stuff that it's assumed we go into the meeting knowing it, right?
Yeah, we should. I want to look at this.
Oh,
I'm not done with it. Put the other stuff on the bottom.
It's upside down.
Yeah, we should definitely read through. We should read through this, and we should read through like the brief at the beginning as well, before we even go into it, and then we reread the brief at the beginning, and then we can cover the important parts in the newspaper just to streamline the stream a little bit more. Yeah. But like I said, let's go pass on the left to Silver Medal. We will be streaming again on Sunday. We'll be continuing Pandemic Legacy Season 0. What month are we on?
July.
July? Yeah,
July.
that sounds about right.
Don't we have to replay the month still?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
We're in June Part 2.
June Part 2, because we failed Part 1 and it sucked.
Yeah.
It's quite hard.
Now that I think about it, having this clear plastic thing, it seems like a really good thing to keep on set.
Yeah.
Just so that way we can put it over every single board game.
Yeah.
And draw over everything.
Yeah. Anything that we need to.
Yeah.
No, I just want to write "fuck you" over Pandemic.
We have to put stickers and stuff on it.
No, that's what I mean. The thing.
We can also like take notes on like our prospective upgrades and stuff. Anyways, it's the cover of one of my posters that isn't up right now. Because the poster frame like broke. We lost one of the pieces to it, so I haven't been able to hang it up.
Yeah, but it's a modular. But basically, it's just a modular, like a build it yourself.
One of those real cheap ones.
Yeah, those real cheap frame things.
It is the perfect size. It's hilarious how perfect it is. Anyways, I don't want to hold us here for too terribly long. Like I said, thank you guys for hanging. It was a good time. Is there anything else you guys want to add?
No, good.
See you guys on Sunday.
Sunday. Again, thank you all for hanging out with us. We do really appreciate it.
Oh, that one's from
we
Captain
will catch you guys
Put
on
all these
Sunday.
markers back in that box.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
See you on Sunday, friends.
Yeah, see you guys then. Playing Piano Sonata number 6 in F major, Opus 10. I can't read the rest of it because the title is too long. Opus 10, Part 1, Allegro, by Mozart. Yeah, good night. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll catch y'all on Sunday. Bye.
Bye.